years, 2 long years. What is 3 hours? What is 3 hours? Welcome to I69. We've made it, guys. We actually made it! Oh, yes! Here, along have we journeyed here to the Birmingham NEC. It is, what, 24 events now? It must be the 25th, something along those lines. I'm sure the video has informed you very well here. Of course, I am TurboTabs. Oh, boys and girls and everyone in between. It has been... Okay, all right, let's not get carried away here. Right, let's not get carried away. All right, boys and girls, let's speed things along. Let's get things going. Of course, it's been a long legacy here. The teams have tirelessly worked against 17 teams that entered the original tournament here at the NEC Arena, and now it is down just to 2 teams. And it is the El Clasico, the NA versus EU we've all been waiting for. All right, boys and girls, I think we should see some teams, shouldn't we? But exactly who are they? Who is our first team? Who is Witness Gaming?
So I'm really excited to prove myself on LAN, play the best TF2 that's possible.
I don't think we'd be happy with anything but first. Dan has to put in a lot of effort.
So I don't think that we are considered the favourites to win. Going in as the underdogs, it's quite a nice place to be, I think.
Oh my days!
Okay.
No, Moolah! Cut out! Can't quite finish this turbo kill.
Moolah.
It's being healed
Moolah.
up. Oh my god! He actually taunts. What kind of chance?
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Witness Gaming! Get out of here! All right, okay, guys, I'm loving it. I'm loving a bit of bias, okay? I'm loving the energy and all this stuff like that. Don't you do this to me. Don't you for a second not scream the names, give a warm welcome to our people across the pond. But who are they? Who is froyotech?
I'm very excited for I69, for the opportunity to, prove ourselves once again. It's, that's what LAN's for. It's for us to prove who actually is the best. Enough of the talk, Best team in North America, and I think we're ready to earn the World Championship title.
He's even going to go down again. Oh, no, actually, he's got a bit lucky with no left on the clock. They're going to have to get on the point, I think, to pushing him.
Oh my days, Habib with that sticky trap was perfect. And he gets the pipes as well. Look at this guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, standing ovation and bring on our froyotech. This is froyotech. Get out here, lads. Get out here. Yeah! I got the high five. I got to touch Jay. I'm never washing this hand again. Oh, yes. Oh, lordy. All right. We've got our gamers. They have been playing a fantastic set of TF2. It's been practically lightning, but I'm going to need you to bring the thunder whenever these guys pop off. All right. So let's calm down for a minute. We need to go over to our little segment. We need to get onto the sofa, but it's looking awfully empty here. So I think I need to grab some people for the sofa segment. Let's see who we can pick out of the crowd, shall we? All right. Oh, the worry, the fear, the terrifying. It's almost like I want to. No. Who's that man? Who are these two? CeeJaey, Phil, CeeJaey, Phil, CeeJaey, Phil. Come on. Both of you. Oh, yes. Come on, boys. Come on. Follow me to the promised lands. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know these two stallions of a thing, CeeJaey, the boomer from down under, practically. And we've also Phil's here. No, these are two coveted players in the scene. Anybody knows who these people are. Take your seats, gentlemen, where the microphones are. I've picked you two because I know you know a thing or two about these two teams. You've even played with these players, played against these players, moaned at these players, gotten these players drunk, all of it in between here. And I want to get your opinion and stall as much time for these players to start plugging in cables and things like that. But first off, Phil, welcome to the couch. How are we feeling about being plucked out of the scene out there?
I mean, it's good to be here.
Oh,
Amazing.
yeah.
Okay,
There we go. Oh, hey, hoi, hey,
Yeah, good to be here. Amazing atmosphere.
All right, how about you, CeeJaey? Are you nice and microphone trained?
Oh, I'm ready. I mean,
He's ready.
we need the atmosphere. It's amazing. It's amazing.
It's amazing. Oh, I know. You can get drunk off this. You very much can get drunk off this. So, boys, we finally made it in the long, grueling challenges of our Team Fortress 2 tournament, all this. Was there any doubt? Was there any sort of, like, others that you think would have made it here today in comparison to these two squads? Maybe any honorable mentions at all?
I think a shout needs to go to Team Boomers. They were definitely in with the shout, no?
Yeah, why not? Team Boomers. Phil, I'm clearly egging on an answer here. Can I just get like a little tip of the hat to like that one other team, you know? Maybe those two other teams, those other ones, maybe just short of the game.
I mean, Swift did pretty well, right?
Yeah, Swift did pretty well. Swift did pretty well. I'm still looking for that one more team.
I guess that's too easy.
And TF2 easy. Hey, all right. Okay, I'm happy we've announced these things. So these two teams are going into a best-of-5 grueling sort of marathon session, all this stuff like that. So what do you think these two teams will challenge going into a format like this? I mean, you've played, do you ever get tired when you're playing a video game, CeeJaey?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got to keep that concentration through half an hour of a map, right? And then you've got potentially 5 maps. That's 2.5 hours. We might not be leaving here till 4 o'clock in the morning.
The crowd goes, woo, the staff go, Phil, you've played with and maybe even seen some of these players, and obviously you're a long-standing player and anything like that. Have you got any sort of particular biases or any people that you're keeping your eye on going into these games today?
I mean, there's amazing players in both teams, but I'm gonna keep an eye on my boy Domo.
Your boy Domo.
Yeah.
Domo has been actually popping off at LAN. He is just really kind of unlocked himself a little bit already. Like, is LAN the most almighty important thing about TF2 when it comes to these competitive things? Or is it make or break for these for CeeJaey? Is that all people care about?
I mean, both these teams are doing amazingly well, and Froyo winning RGL, Witness winning ETF2L, but people aren't going to remember that in 2-3 years' time. They're going to remember who won I69 at the end of the day.
True. Phil, I'm going to give you the weighted task of telling me who you think is actually going to win our first map 1. Before we get into that, though, we'll probably have some map picks and bans at some point shooting across your screen, but I'm just preparing you now, okay? All right? You ready? Okay, so as we get those little map picks and bans out for us, do you want to just talk about LAN in general? I don't want to hear about the teams. I want to hear about you guys. I want to hear about all of you guys. What has the LAN atmosphere been like going out there, Phil? All right. Question answered. Okay. CeeJaey. Oh, we've been to so many LAN events at this point. What makes this one stand out compared to all the others? I mean, does it stand out?
It does stand out. It's been 3 years, Turbo. We've been waiting so long. You know, there's been cancellations, there's been lockdowns, there's been delays. You know, people have changed. People have got more buff, you know.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but it's fine, we'll just have to move past this. Phil, do you ever get angry that, that you fellow buff people just get ignored because I don't know, I seem to hoover up all the attention or anything like that. You're a pretty buff dude and all this stuff.
I mean, not compared to you, Turbo.
Oh, that's what I wanted. Ooh. All right, so we're still waiting for our little map picks and bands, graphics, all that jazz, and maybe even we'd like have a little bonus surprise out there waiting in the wings, but oh boy, Wan is available for interview. We've got a man on the ground. Wan, are you out there, sir?
I am. Someone at Essentials TF decided that giving me a microphone was a good idea, and I found myself a member of the crowd. You might know who he is. It's Condog.
How's it going, bro?
So you are obviously a veteran of the TF2 scene, and you may or may not have played on a team with some of the players up there. You have any words for Pappy? I'm sure he can hear you.
Pappy, you gotta do this for the Nunya bros. You know, we came up from the bottom together. Do this for the boys.
For the boys. Now, of course, Condog, you are the least biased person I have ever met in my entire life. So if you were to give your completely unbiased, fair analysis going into this game, who would you say is going to come out on top?
Frio for Witness Gaming.
I think we should ask the crowd. Do you think they agree?
Oh, good God.
I hope so.
Guys, who's gonna win?
Oh, well done, Wan, well done. Thank you. You bought me just enough time to go over to the pick and bands. Now I have them ready. Phil, I hope you've been thinking about who you're going to be picking here. Your expertise holds a lot of weight here. CeeJaey, you can pick someone too. All right, let's go through these one by one, gentlemen. If you are hard of sight, I will walk you through this one by one. froyotech start off with a process ban. Sunshine will also be banned out by froyotech because they did come from the upper bracket. They do get that map advantage and the picks advantage. Well, maybe not the map advantage, but the map pick advantage. And then they will go on to pick Product, will be our first map. A big NA boss fight of a map. Gentlemen, are we scared if we're Witness Gaming here? What about you, Phil? Are you scared of this map if you're Witness?
I don't think so. I think they've probably watched a lot of demos and Katos have coached them on what went wrong. So I think they're gonna be okay to Product, actually.
How about you, CeeJaey? You shocked at all?
You know, I thought Product was going to be the first one. They played against each other on it in the groups. They played again in the upper bracket final. And you know they've been looking over the demos and they're looking what they did wrong in those two games. And I think Witness are going to be going into this pretty confident.
All right, okay. The next map pick for Witness Gaming will be Snakewater. I don't think there's any too many surprises there. I don't think there's any too much to touch upon there on the sort of cornerstone. But we'll just head on over. froyotech put Gully Wash. Boys, I'm pretty sure that's a fatal mistake there because there's a little man on that stage there called Solentes. Did you hear? Do you know what he's capable of? Do you know the news?
Solentes does not lose Gully Wash.
Solentes does not lose Gully Wash. Oh. And then, Phil, we have a Granary pick, and then finally a Metalworks pick. Any sort of map out here that seems like a sort of Froyo win, in your opinion?
Not outright, no. I mean, it's probably gonna be close in a lot of match, but I believe in Witness.
Oh, some disgusting EU bias. I love it. Well, actually, I hate it. I kind of wish there was more NA people I could pick out of the crowd, but you work with what you got. You play with the cards that you're given and all this. All right, boys, I guess we can put away the picked bands for now. We can just kind of tidy up. Maybe now we just have to relax, kind of wait until the gamers are all ready and all started and going over. But I guess while we're kind of waiting, we can talk about our favorite players, some of these people in that team. Is there anyone that you kind of want to chit-chat about? Obviously, we've talked about your boy Domo, but what about CeeJaey? Show some love to the NA squad. Is there anybody that's like a big name on there that people should know about?
I mean, I think you can already hear the crowd calling his name. I think there's one person on Froyo that a lot of people love, and I think it's Habib, right?
Yep. They do love him. They do love him. But speaking on the other end of thing as well, EU, let's go through them all one by one. A good old-fashioned roster rundown. So to start off here, you know what? I'll actually get up and I'll hold my awkward microphone behind me because it's fallen off my belt. Over here, we've got the legendary Domo. A big shout of applause for our Domo over here. Next, we have down toeing the line, Moolah. Moolah, you recognize him from that intro? Going forward, we ignore the admin and we just look at beautiful Thomas right here. Hi, Pappy. It's Pappy. Seasoned LAN champion from arriving, I guess, here at our Insomnia to grace the stage again. It's Solentes, ladies and gentlemen. And then we have the Italian stallion, Lil Ixie. All right. There's no bias here, don't worry. We've got over here, Jay, ladies and gentlemen. I love me some Jay. I love me some Pappy. Paddy, we got there eventually. I'll see you at the bar. Arik is here. Arik is scary. May. Oh, what a lovely smile coming from May. Production. Who is this guy? I don't really know who this man is. Banny. Right, whoa, I don't like this. And of course, you remember Habib. All right. Okay, boys and girls, it's time to stop delaying. It's time to go to our two favorite casters here in the LAN event. No, it's not them. It's your boy, Bum, and Lucky. How are we doing, boys?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is a best-of-5 grand finals here at I69 between Witness Gaming and froyotech. I'm joined by Bumfries on the mic. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing absolutely excellent. I'm very excited to bring us, obviously, another NA versus EU grand final here in Birmingham.
Thank goodness that we got El Clasico back on the main stage. froyotech coming back again after their previous win at I63. Didn't return to I65, but Witness Gaming here looking pretty strong coming in. The crowd favorite, it would appear, as well. So how you feel about these map picks and bans as well?
Well, the map picks and bans are very, very interesting. Obviously, Metal there at the end is Witness's permaban. It's going to be very difficult for them if we do go the whole distance. But we've got 4 maps to play first, and that first one coming up right now is Viaduct. They had a heartbreakingly close game against froyotech yesterday, leading it early 2-0, but Froyo with the reverse sweep, making it all the way back to 3-2, taking that map.
Yeah, I mean, in the first couple series that we had, it was a 3-2, and then it was a 3-1 for froyotech, and I think the Witness, they kind of didn't want to fear froyotech. They kind of wanted to show their colors a little bit on this map, but ever since then, it's been froyotech kind of all the way. They've kind of been looking at these games and It does seem like that froyotech have their number on this map, so I am unsurprised that it's their first pick. Any similar opinions here?
I mean, obviously, they have been so dominant on Viaduct for a number of years. It's obviously their first pick. They get that 2 bans advantage into picking the first map to get that 1-0 hopefully off underway for them. But, you know, I've got some hope for my boys over here on Witness. They were so close yesterday, and these are the kind of guys who go back to the PC. They watch the demos over and over. They will be learning from every mistake they made. And of course, they have that Coach Kado analysis behind them as well to help out with just a few little nitbits.
Yeah, that was one thing I was going to bring up there. They have Cadus up there, who's been up there pretty much the whole time, standing behind them. There was the Jason line of respect behind Witness that he had to walk through. He pushed people out of the way to make sure he was with his boys. So, yeah, and also he's got that playbook he's been walking around with. And I saw Pappy walk on stage with a bunch of papers.
Pappy's got some papers.
He's got some papers, and I think froyotech are going to be quaking in their boots over those. So, but yeah, I think they can definitely take Viaduct. I mean, they've probably gone away, looked at the demo reviews, and kind of thought about what they want to do for this map. So, any other opinions that you've got on this?
Well, I mean, Gully Wash has managed to sneak through into this one. We've seen almost no Gully Wash this LAN. It has been banned out by both Froyo and Witness throughout the entire event, so it's going to be very, very interesting to see what comes out when the teams face each other on that. It is in the first 3 maps, so we are going to guaranteed see it.
Yeah, also with Snakewater as well. They've got Snakewater before Gully Wash, but Gully Wash is going to be that kind of one. So Witness Gaming looking like it could be a potential 3-0 if they manage to pull out the stops on Viaduct. Might be a little bit early on that one, but it's definitely doable. But in terms of Gully Wash, I mean, why on earth would they let that slip through versus the other maps in the pool?
Yeah, I think if you've got 2 bans, you want to be taking down Gully Wash, but it makes sense. They've had kind of shaky games on Sunshine. They saw Witness winning Process as well earlier against TF2 Easy. These 2 bans do make sense for Froyo. You just want to get rid of the ones that you know you're least comfortable on. Never mind the question mark of what, you know, Witness did in Gully Wash in the ETF2L season, even though they've been so strong on it. That's not against Froyo, that's against Europeans.
Yeah, that's against Europeans in general, isn't it? I mean, you can't fight Tomas and Ixie on Process. It's impossible. Those 2 scouts are crazy. They'll just take over the top of the map, and you won't be able to get out of your last. You'll just be stuck there for the entire game. So it's a very clever bans that have come out from Froyo. And speaking about our last map that was left in the pool, Metalworks, I mean, it's an NA favorite. I mean, going the distance, do you see it going the way of Witness Gaming if that's the case?
Oh, if it goes the distance, the 2-2 Metalworks is going to be very, very worrying for us Euros. I'm sorry to say. I think if Metalworks had been the very first pick of froyotech, it's pretty much a 1-0 lead like off the bat, and I'm surprised that froyotech didn't actually go for that, but I guess they're playing into their own expected strengths, wanting to play Viaduct rather than try and catch them out with like instantly picking their permaban.
Yeah, starting off with a pretty fiery map, I think. Definitely going to be getting used to the stage, I think, for a few players that we've got who haven't actually seen the main stage before, so this map is going to be the one that's going to set them up, because essentially, for those that don't know, Koth product is just deathmatch. It's just going to be raw DM through and through, and I think we're going to see Habib shine a little bit on this map.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Habib is an absolute beast. You've got Banny, obviously #1 player in NA of all time. He's won like 75% of seasons that have ever even happened there, because he's just been there since the start at the very, very top. Wins like 10+ seasons in a row several times, no biggie. And then Habib is the 2nd place. He's been a mainstay of froyotech for the last few years, and is just absolutely demolishing everyone on the server every time he plays.
Yeah, it just seems to be pretty destructive. But on the other side, we have seen some pretty interesting strategies that I think we can kind of bring up here that Witness Gaming have been pulling out. How do you feel about this heavy dum-dum?
It hasn't really been working out all that well from what we've seen so far. They've had that rollout to mid with a heavy plus sniper combination, and I don't think they found much success with it. They did eventually win the mid fight, but it took them like a whole minute of neither team capping mid just to get it at the very start, and then kind of lose their footing afterwards with the sniper and the heavy. We also saw it in their first meeting. Ixie just kind of brought it out at a very random time and found absolutely nothing with it at all. So if it is something they really properly have been thinking about and they want to bring it up again in this match, they will have definitely had a look at the specifics of the situations they want to be bringing it out in, rather than just kind of throwing on a heavy out tilt. Yeah.
Let's just get heavy, guys. That's kind of the gazy way of playing the game. Sorry, Gazy, for a little bit of BM picking Pyro there, but I'm sure he's in the crowd screaming right now that I keep bringing up who plays Pyro. But the heavy and sniper on paper actually makes quite a bit of sense. You know, you put this glass cannon behind a big meat shield, and then suddenly you're working. But you kind of need to have a lot of presence in order to do that. So coming from behind and picking up that kind of thing where it can be shut down, especially from a large trap from Habib and those kinds of things. I mean, it's kind of hard to play into, but I'm happy to see the kind of diversity in the game for once, because people are usually kind of stigmatize these kinds of plans that they come up with.
Yeah, we get a lot of people hating on only seeing the same 4 classes in TF2 all the time. Boo-hoo. But you did mention a little bit just earlier that there's so much LAN experience on Froyo. This whole roster has been to 3 LANs at the very least. Obviously, not quite with the crowd we have here tonight and not with international competition. Whereas on the other side, only Celentes has seen this grand final stage. Only he knows what it's like to go up with a crowd like this cheering them on. Do you think the LAN jitters of stage are different to the LAN jitters of the entire event in general?
I think that it is going to have some kind of effect. I mean, you can literally feel the vibrations through the bottom of the stage. So if anything happens when the gunshots start going off and you hit a crazy air shot, the crowd's going to go crazy. So, you know, these kinds of things are all going to be affecting them, I think, going into this. But I feel like there are 2 specific players that I feel like on the side of Witness Gaming, which is Thomas and Pappy, and both of them are cool as a cucumber.
Wow. Looks like we're ready to go live. We already have both teams readying up in the server. This is map 1 of our grand finals. Will Witness take this one, or are Froyo going home with their 4th Insomnia title?
We're starting off with the Celentes Heavy already on his way, chewing on that chocolate bar. We've got Ixie already on the sniper. The strategy is already coming out here. Habib is taking it nice and slow, though, just taking some ground. They've already spotted out these off classes, so they're just going to be taking their time moving in. But Ixie with the body shot to Paddy, picking up the first frag of the game here. It's going to be Jay and Arik just spreading across, receiving arrows from May very keenly. And Jay's going to take the high ground onto Ixie, gets the rockets off, can't take him down. And also onto the medic now, gets a lot of damage down. The cap goes through to froyotech, and now they're going to be moving back here. Looks like Celentes has in fact also gone down, so that tanky heavy is no longer on the field.
Yeah, he was just up on that cliff the whole time, unable to really see any of the point that had so much pressure on it from those Froyo players. But now Witness, they're trying to walk this one forward. They're just edging the cap a very little bit. The bomb is in behind from Paddy there. He's going to bomb straight back out, just doing damage, delaying them a bit for now. Thomas sees an opportunity. He's running forwards. He's trying to get the shots in. The Ubers come out from both teams now.
Yeah, looks like they're just going to be taking this trade, and Muller has abandoned. Looks like we've got 1 scout stuck in behind, but the rest of the team, Habib is just holding forward. Celentes does go down here to Jay, and it looks like now Habib's getting heavily pressured. He goes down. That's a massive pick. Witness Gaming taking over the presence on this point, and looks like it is going to be an even Uber situation, but froyotech respond with a couple frags of their own, and Witness Gaming very wisely going to be delaying that cap.
Yeah, they want these spawners up before they extend them by capturing the point. Banny knows this. He's trying to push them forwards, trying to frag them while he can. Nice shot onto Jay. He gets sent sky high. He's a sliver of health, and he does get taken down on the point. Thomas going to be capping that up. This is the first time Witness have control of the point, and they want to keep it.
Yeah, looks like Witness Gaming now holding on to this point. They're not opting for any off classes just yet, but going to be laying out their stickies as Domo, so he's going to be cutting off some of that ground as here comes froyotech, waddling up slowly after receiving their buffs, and May's about to get his Uber, so I'm fairly certain these Ubers are going to come out and play pretty quickly here, and we might see a trade come straight away.
Yeah, these Ubers are dead even. We'll have to see if Froyo want to go behind or something like that before they initiate the trade, or whether they're just going to YOLO it over point. Jay looks like he's bombing up onto the very top here. Banny running over point. There is a bomb behind from Celentes trying to delay this, distract from behind as the Uber does come in. It's so much better for Witness, but are they going to be able to chase with it? Thomas, he's trying to go deep as still dies in the back lines.
It's looking unfortunate now. Witness Gaming going to be moving all the way back as Celentes going down. Finding another is Jay with some nice rockets, and in fact frags himself there, so that counts as 3. But Ixie and Thomas are going to be needing some rapid healing right now from their medic as the capture goes through for froyotech. It's a very, very slim clock here, Bum.
Yeah, that Uber was just not good enough there from Witness, obviously having to give up the point, and they are going to try and dry push this while the Ubers are out the equation. A bomb behind from Paddy might be a bit of a distraction, but they're just completely ignoring it. Everyone's running forwards, they're onto May, and they do get the frag onto the med and the demo. Paddy's trying to salvage, but he just can't do it. Witness have the advantage here.
Witness with a massive advantage here. The health is even on their side. Banny's got to retreat back to spawn to pick up his medic, so he's not even there. Unfortunately, Witness Gaming have not been able to establish a forward hold, so they're just going to have to hold on to this point as much as they can here. Pappy's already setting up on the rock with Fro starting encroaching with a sniper of their own.
They have this massive advantage though, and look how forwards they're playing over the point. If they see these players, they could just pop off the Uber at any time. They want to try and wipe as many players as possible with the Uber and recycle the advantage, but Fro don't seem to be giving them the opportunity. The shot is so close, and he does take down Moolah. The drop changes everything for froyotech.
Oh my god, what a headshot from Banny! We're just whipping it out there out of nowhere. Jay finding another. Now it's looking pretty dire for the side of Witness Gaming. I'm potentially seeing a sack wave coming out here as Domo is still hanging around on that rock. And if he stays there for too long, could get caught here. Jay's going to be jumping towards him, and he's just pushing him all the way back to his own cliff. Going to be receiving his heals now, and May with a 80% here, way above Moolah.
Yeah, froyotech could do the exact same thing Witness were looking for before. If Witness are edging this point too much, there's too many players within range of the Uber, it can just get popped off and they can frag all of them. But the bombs do come in and the Uber does come out. Both soldiers behind Pappy and Celentes as the Uber tries to clean up any players they can. Arek just chasing onto grass here. He is going to be able to take down Ixie as well. And this is looking so good for froyotech.
Yeah, as much as this looks good for froyotech on paper, I mean, Moolah did survive that entire engagement, so he's going to be chilling out in spawn, building up that Uber charge. They are going to have an advantage here to make a repush onto the point, but for the time being, those Ubers are not in place. They need to decide what they're going to do for the rest of this point here. There's 35 seconds left on the clock for froyotech. It's slowly drilling it down with immense control over the point, and Jay looks like he's gearing up for some kind of bomb as they can't start flying in. We've got players coming in. Pappy goes in the backlines. Patty's going super high, taking that one of the flank. Looks like he's going to take him down, and Ixie goes down as well. The pressure on the point comes in. Jay is taking that high ground as well.
Sills behind May, yes!
Headshots to May. It's amazing from Celentes once again, taking out to Habib. Damage has been dealt, and Sil eventually goes down, but the damage has already been done.
They need to keep Moolah safe. Jay's all the way in. He gets onto Thomas, but he's not going to get the frag ban. He's trying to follow it up. He's onto Moolah. Doesn't get it either. Paddy with the bomb now. They're just going one by one, trying to get whatever they can. Moolah does eventually force off the Uber. Ixie's 1v1ing Arek on the point. Gets the flash to keep him alive. And Witness are going to be able to cap this up, but can they hold on to it for the 1 minute 20 that they need to convert this round?
1 minute 20 is a long time to be holding on to this point. They have to try and keep their players alive, keep them healthy for as long as humanly possible. Every single death is going to cost them, so they've set up this forward hold to get as much space as they can. We're going to see froyotech with that Arek Pyro taking a ton of damage. They're all spracing through that doorway, and Paddy is going to eat so much damage coming through that door, but it looks like it's kind of even trades for the time being. Domo does find Paddy as he comes in, and looks like Habib, he's going to get caught. He's in the door with a reflect kill from Arek to deny that. He's getting the shotgun kill onto Thomas. Walking forward, Domo on a 7K.
Domo just goes huge with those 3 frags there, completely shuts down the breaking of the forward hold. If he goes down there, that's all so different. Fro's probably taking this round instantly, but he keeps himself alive. He delays this for Moolah to get the Uber as well, which is going to make things even. That lets Witness run down the clock, which is exactly what they need. 20 seconds. Fro need to get rid of these Ubers first and then capture afterwards. Banny's running it forwards. He gets dropped from the Uber. Habib's going to take the brunt of it anyway, but Witness's Uber is out and they still have 6 up.
Paddy's still in behind. Looks like Jay's also taking that high ground as Habib actually going down here. Ixie got skill. Nice airshot from Domo to Arek. Moolah does go down in the meantime. And Jay also going down. The clock's ticking down. There is a little bit of overtime. Paddy is here to respond. But the scouts come out. He gets levitated. He gets taken down. Dominating. Now Banny goes down. It's going to be the first round to Witness Gaming.
Witness taking this one right at the start. They were so down and out in this round, and they managed to convert the 80-second hold right at the end to get froyotech down on their knees. This is what we saw yesterday though. Witness taking the early lead, but froyotech are the finishers. We're going to have to see if Witness can continue the momentum into the next round.
Rinse and repeat. Celentes, Ixie off-glassing. We have that sniper. We have that heavy in play. Going to be making their way around here. Domo eating a ton of damage at the start of this mid. Ixie just picking off some shots to see if he can find Habib's face, but May hitting in pocket. He's 144. He nearly goes down. He needs to go back for a pack, but that's going to leave Habib stranded. He goes down to the heavy of Celentes.
Jay has gone all the way behind into spawn. Banny and Arik just walking over the point. May still can't follow anyone though. He's trapped here behind this rock with the sniper watching him down. Paddy onto enemy concrete now. Jay still all the way behind. They're trying to see what they can do. The heavy, is just spraying down everything on the point, including Arik, who's going to get cleaned up by Thomas. And this is just such a slow take of the point. Jay has bombed in behind now. He gets the frag onto Ixie, but that's not really what he was looking for. Witness Gaming, they're going to get this Uber up, but they do take down Jay as well. No one has capped this midpoint yet. It's still getting edged by Banny here, and eventually froyotech take it.
Well, I mean, now they're on the limited respawners. They're going to have a longer respawn on Jay, so that's going to open things up for them a little bit coming in the future. So moving forwards now is Witness Gaming in towards the point. The Uber does get popped down to Thomas. Surfing forwards is Pappy. He looks like he's going to get caught on the low ground. Nice flash from Mula to keep him alive, and he is going to escape. Pappy does jump in behind, however. Paddy does, in fact, eat a pipe, and now they're going to be moving all the way back on froyotech, as Pappy is the only one to go down as they retake this ground.
Yeah, Witness are going to be able to get the cap, but they want to wait for Pappy ideally. They do delay his spawn by 2 seconds there. This is their first time getting the point, but it will be froyotech looking to immediately regain this with Pappy still in the respawn queue. Sill's going to bomb behind, gets immediately taken down by himself even. Paddy's bombing forwards. Domo's going to get fragged off here as well, and there's still so much chaos going on. Jay's forcing them back out from Cliff. So Witness have really no space to move at all in this map right now.
The saving grace is that Mula has managed to tuck himself in that corner and has still been building that Uber, but May with a slight advantage, healing all the way up as Ixie has come off of that sniper class. Now they're opting for the cookie cutter. And now they're moving forwards onto the point, just trying to get a bit of edging going on that point. Paddy's going in super deep, super high, 6 the rockets, but Mula with a nice dodge. Just to dodge all of that damage. Jay going down, Banny falling. 3 down all of a sudden for froyotech.
They dropped everyone!
May alive! He goes down, it's a white!
The walk of shame from May as he drops every player individually and himself. How does that happen? Every single person was taking so much damage one by one. He could have saved anyone at any time, but this may be the big stage jitters. May is the one player who hasn't been to one of these international lands before. It's going to be very difficult for him to maybe adjust to what's going on here with all the EU-favoured crowd screaming.
Once again, we've got Arik up on this pyro. Players are trying to flood through. They do manage to find a couple kills here. Paddy and Thomas falling down here, but Thomas was on Putin, so I have no idea how he lost that much HP in that short space of time. Still also going down. They are both on long respawners, so froyotech going to be able to reclaim some ground here despite that Uber deficit, but Mula now has the Uber. They do pop it out. They're coming across the point. Pappy's bombing in, trying to find Banny, but it looks like they're going to be unable to find much as Ixie does clean up the frag onto Banny. That's Dominate now. Jay going down as well. They've managed to find 2 picks out of what was a terrible Uber.
Yeah, they just managed to get exactly what that Uber was worth, but that was a really bad pop. Just way too much distance between them and May. They're trying to go in and force the issue though, and they do pop May up, but he doesn't quite have it yet. He's not going to force. They're trying to get any frags that are still left in, but they don't manage to. Paddy's going to get chipped down here very, very low. Jay is bombing forwards, putting a lot of pressure onto Ixie and Thomas. Just these scouts. Toe will get taken down, and Ixie is helping Mula retreat to spawn.
Now it's a situation where May has 100% Uber and froyotech will have this point. So we're going to be looking at potentially a 6-man sack. Now this is something that Cadis did speak about before, in that they do kind of favor sending Mula, just get these Ubers out of the way, take the fights and see what you can kind of do with things, but they're going to be opting to just keep alive for the time being, keep the safer play, just build that Uber up as it slowly comes to fruition. And that froyotech clock is going to start evening up with Witness Gaming now, so an even game all in all, but Froyo with control of the point.
Yeah, Toe is just trying to edge it though, trying to bait the enemy Uber into him so that he can get the better one by using a little bit later. There is a lot of spam onto him though. Froyo knows exactly what's going on here. He is getting a hell of a lot of cap time here. Eventually the Uber is popped off. It's very slightly better for Froyo, but they're having to flash quite a bit. Toe is just doing all the work, hitting all the shots to make them split this, and Sill steals the cap from under their nose while the Uber trade is going on.
Yeah, Mula's just surfing out very nicely there as the cap does come through. Moving forwards, Habib is kind of weak. Domo landing the damage. The pipes go flying in. May is super weak, but it looks like it's going to be froyotech finding all the kills that they need. Domo desperately trying to defend his medic. Does find the pipe. He's going to keep Mula alive as he retreats all the way back to the spawn, and himself, in fact.
That is the saving grace, but that fight just was not what Witness Gaming wanted. They were trying to get onto May, and he just manages to escape through the connector on half health. No one can actually follow up on it, and everyone chasing him just gets fragged one by one. So good protection from froyotech. Still is bombing forwards, but he gets taken out of the sky by the scouts. Witness look like they're going to be able to get this cap, but it will be a immediate Froyo repush. They do so much damage onto Domo, but they don't manage to take down that frag. Jay is going to be the one falling, trying to get it. There is cap time from froyotech once again. Domo's doing his best to deny it, spamming across the point.
It looks like now they're coming a bit forwards for froyotech. They have their Uber. Mula's going to get his. The bombing from Pappy was so quick, he gets Habib. He takes him down, still also going down in the meantime, but this point is still in the control of Witness Gaming. The clock is ticking down to be around.
Oh, Jay's onto Mula!
He gets the drop. Jay finds it. Domo's going to get picked off as May forces out his own Uber, and it's going to be a wipe.
Absolutely brilliant from Jay. Everyone is focused on Froyo over here on concrete. The med is just out of position in front of that fence on the point, and Jay sees it instantly, sinks those 2 rockets up. Mula has no chance, instant drop, and that is letting froyotech pin them in spawn for this last 30 seconds. There is an attempted pyro breakout from Ixie, but he's going to dive for it. Sil is bombing forwards onto Banny.
He gets Habib and Arek at the same time. It's going to be a 2 for 2. Now this is going to open things up for Witness Gaming to come back into the point. In fact, it is relatively even Ubers, so they can take the scrap. They are going to get better spawners here as well, Bum.
Yeah, but May is going to get this slightly faster. He has about a 30% ad here. The clock is also completely run out for froyotech. They can cap this and win pretty much. They just need to use this Uber charge ad correctly. Mula is on 70%. He needs to be dodging and driving this throughout the entire Uber, but also they need to not let go of the point. Pappy and Sil both bombing behind to try and do exactly that. They are just delaying. 15 seconds left on the clock now for Witness as Jay bombs forwards once again. He's going to take a 1-4 on Froyo, putting all that time on the point now. Sil is going to have to come in and block it, which he does so successfully. All the rest of Witness are walking over the point, but Arek, he's way in behind. Paddy also, as the Uber trade comes out. This is a very chaotic fight at the very last second of this second round.
Looks like they're going to be trying to take this one on Witness Gaming. Banny's just forcing them all away from the point. Pat doesn't go through. It does come in. There's point time coming from Witness, but no. froyotech manages to take this round.
Yeah, you got to stand on the point. Just Froyo, bit by bit, edging them into that corner, forcing them away from the point, and the bombs just aren't in fast enough. They get juggled off the point, and that's all you need is that 1 second of no one touching it, and overtime is over.
Yeah, looks like Witness Gaming, they have opted for Cookie Cutter. This is the first time they're not run that heavy sniper to the start of the mid-fight, and now it's just going to be an even fight, but Habib with so much damage into Domo at the start of this, he's going to have to walk all the way back and start getting healed up, as it looks like everyone's kind of gearing up. They're getting buffed, getting ready, as Jay looks like he's going to hit this bomb real quick, comes flying in and lands on the rock, and this blue soldier's actually going across as Pappy finds his way and makes his way all the way across. Silente is going down in the meantime as he tries to do the same, but now this has opened up the rest of Witness Gaming to just get picked apart as Pappy gets destroyed by Habib.
Yeah, these bombs behind haven't really been too successful for Witness Gaming so far. They are just getting picked off one by froyotech. They know exactly what's coming, and now with this 6v4, they're trying to push the issue. Jay goes way forwards, isn't managing to get the force onto Mula just yet, but they have forced Witness back into this corner. They have so much map control right now.
It looks like we've just got a bit of an even up right now. Both medics have Uber, so the trade's going to come out. Tomas going to be walking forwards, getting as much cap time as he can before this trade comes.
Sil's in from the flank. Sil's bombing in. Does a lot of damage to Habib as the trade comes in. Tomas running across the point, trying to make them split it as much as possible. Might drop Banny from this one, but no. Doesn't manage to follow up at the very end. And now it's still a 6v6. Sil will get taken down on the flank by Paddy. Paddy has bombed behind onto grass. Pappy is trying to do anything he can on the other side of mid as well.
Paddy comes in from the side, takes down Domo. It's still alive on a slither of HP. And the rest of Witness Gaming are going to start falling here. Ixie goes down, and Mula and Tomas are going to have to retreat out of this fight, and a very convincing one for Froyo.
Yeah, just that failed sack at the very start leads Froyo to basically be able to prod and probe wherever they want on the map. Paddy getting in behind, and the counter sack's completely unsuccessful from Witness. They do still have 3 minutes to work with here, but we've got to see them get onto the point pretty quickly.
Yeah, May once again with a bit of an Uber advantage here, because Mula wasn't here for a bit. But oh, not to May, they take him down. Silentes finds it. They find 3 out of nowhere, make that 4. Jay and Habib are way too weak to come into this fight, as Jay does get a pack. Habib is going to find one of his own, but the rest of Witness Game still alive. They've got Mula still alive, and they're going to delay that capture on the point as well to make sure their respawners come in time.
It has a colossal ad. They just have to watch out for Jay, but it looks like he's not going to try anything sneaky or fast onto him. They're just going to wait for the spawners here. There's a decent amount of time to knock time off the point for Witness, and we'll see if Froyo go for a sack wave here and just try and keep me alive while forcing Mula, or if they have some other game plan in mind.
I think they're going to say Habib goes in deep. It's a classic sack wave. They immediately get the force. They're going to take down every single one of these players. A very, very classic maneuver on product.
There you go. Exactly what you need to do. You lose all your players' lives apart from your medic. Your medic's going to come up now with the massive advantage, but it does give Witness a chance to bring out this forward hold once again. We're going to see if they break it the same way. It looks like they do have the Pyro already. Banny onto Sniper in main as well, trying to look for a shot from there. Froyo, they need to get out of here without using the Uber ideally, but if they do so, it's not going to be too bad for them. They do actually just get through completely dry and force Witness Gaming back onto point. Now they can use this Uber to try and retake it.
Yeah, Ariscott going back and swap off onto Scout, but it looks like the Ubers are going to start evening up as Mula up to 75%. So he's going to have Uber in the next couple of seconds, and Pappy's going to be taking the high ground, getting the spam down, and Domo going super weak, does get taken down. Jay finds the bomb again.
There's a bomb onto May!
He gets the force. Oh, Silentes once again on the main stage, definitely performing here as Tomas gets an Uber of his own, running in onto Habib. They're going to take him down here on the flank, and it looks like May does manage to slip away. Nice stuff from Mula, gets away onto the rock as well, but it looks like Froyo, they want more. They're going in, they're finding Pappy. He goes down, Paddy also falling, and now it's just a continued fight here. It looks like Ixie and Tomas, they do not want to give at this point whatsoever. Domo is not going to let this pressure go, as it looks like they are going to get a retake here.
Yeah, Witness able to take control of the point after that Uber catching Habib off. But will they be able to hold on to it? It's no Ubers involved, so Froyo can try and start pushing over the point here without any fear of an Uber starting into their face. And Jay goes very deep in with a bomb. Both soldiers have traded their lives, one for each team. And Pappy is bombing behind onto Cliff once again. Takes a little skirmish with Jay here. Jay's very, very low, unable to get that pack. Pappy's just taken it as the Uber actually comes out from Froyo. They are running this one forwards, and now the Uber is much better for Witness, but they need to be able to chase the frags. They find Habib on the point.
That's amazing. They just managed to take it all back. I mean, the Uber disadvantage is minimal. They're not going to be able to use this 10% to anything at all, so great play from Witness Gaming, just backing off, coming back in, reusing that Uber, and they retake the point, and they have time in favor, Bum. So in a commanding position now as Witness Gaming, as this clock is going to start to run down, so it's all up to froyotech to come up with a plan of how they're going to defeat this side.
Yeah, they've been doing really well in this previous round of getting those soldiers to just delay. Paddy is actually looking for a bomb here. He's going to find his way onto Ixie, and now the 5v6 fight. Froyo look like they want to just recombine here and like heal up before they go forwards. Jay bombing in behind. Sil is going to be chasing him. They do have Jay now onto the combo. He is going to go down. Habib is taken down very low as he bombs backwards as well, but look at where Witness are. They're all just crunched up into this corner, very, very scared, waiting for this Uber to come up. Jay gets taken down. The cap does go the way of Froyo as the Ubers come up for Mula. They're just trying to instantly take this back as the Uber trade does come out across the point. They drop Habib from it again.
Oh, I can't believe it. Arex is going to go down as well. May is super weak as well, so he's not going to do anything here. It's going to be Paddy flying in, gets demolished.
5 seconds.
Jay's bombing in. It's so futile. The point goes through. Witness Gaming take it 2-1 currently.
Tomas is so good in these Ubers. He just takes it solo all the way across the point. At the very least, he's splitting that Uber across 3 people every time. At the very most, he's dropping Habib and Arek from the Uber. This guy is just a beast at hitting the meat shots whenever he wants to, whenever he needs to. And it looks like we have a little bit of a tactical pause here. Maybe Froyo on the brink.
It's looking great here for Witness Gaming. By the looks of things, they have the strategies down. They seem to be playing it really well. I mean, at least they swapped off from this Ixie Sniper and this Slenters Heavy, because that seemed to not really be doing the magic for them so far. So I'm glad to see them go back to Cookie Cutter. Is there anything that you think Froyo needs to do in order to kind of reset the mental here, Bum?
Yeah, I definitely agree that the Heavy and Sniper combo wasn't really working out too well. It was most of the time just consisting of Sil sitting on the cliff, tucked in that corner, unable to see much, and only basically doing 3 damage shots to Paddy, who was jumping back onto their concrete and their grass. But in terms of what Froyo need to do to reset their mental, I don't think this is a team that loses their mental. I think this is exactly what they need to do. Like, they are taking the pause, and they're going to be talking through strategies. They're going to be talking through exactly what's going wrong. I don't think they're on tilt. I just think they are making mistakes.
Yeah, they are making a few mistakes here and there, but Witness Gaming seem to be on top of the kind of thing that they want to do here. Pappy and Silentes are doing such a good job of getting in behind. I mean, so they're surviving for an extremely long time versus these 2 scouts that have been at the top of this NA scene for so long. So you've got to hand it to them. The Sil always finding those bombs as well, and Habib is getting caught out of position time and time again.
Yeah, Habib has been dying from a lot of these Ubers, or even retreating He's just been the last person to get caught, and it makes the Uber very worthwhile just at the end. Like, even when we see a bad Uber out of Witness, they're able to clean up the people who have gone behind them during that Uber and maybe get one frag that was ahead, even though they were trying to go deep and get the medic. It does make the Uber, like, kind of worthwhile, even though it wasn't exactly what they were looking for in it.
Yeah, Witness Gaming as well. I've got to shout out that Domo and Toe have been going on like massive kill streaks in this game as well. Toe ended up with an 8 kill streak at the end of that last round, and Domo was on a 7 kill streak prior to that. So these gamers, they are staying alive for an extremely long time, and Mula's hitting the surf, so they're kind of on fire. And these players that we thought they might have some jitters on the main stage, turns out the answer is absolutely not. They're fine.
No, if anything, they're performing better on the main stage than we saw in Product yesterday. And as you mentioned, Domo, not the kind of guy that you expect to be a complete DM beast like Lucas as they had previously, but he has stepped up so much into this LAN and into this game in particular, just shutting down situations entirely on his own, getting those 3Ks, spamming on the doors in the forward hold, just doing huge amounts of damage across the point, being able to help Thomas drop those players from the Uber with just 1 shot rather than 2 or 3. Domo's doing a lot of work.
Domo's doing a ton of work, and also you got to throw a massive shout out to Jay as well. He's really just hitting all of the speed shots, all of the jumps. He's managing to fly in, find all of the kills that he needs, and he kind of shut down that Ixie sniper that they had in the beginning. So unsurprisingly, Ixie going to be swapping away from that one, but it looks like now we do have our game going back live, ladies and gentlemen, as we're making our way back into another mid-bum.
Yeah, 2-1 to Witness. It's their next round to win the game, or can Froyo bring us to double match point, tie it up 2-2. Again, a cookie cutter mid for Witness. It's been working out a lot better than their new interesting strategy we saw them trying to use in the first 2 rounds. And both teams just slow right now. Paddy is going to be the first one to bump forwards. Pappy also jumping in behind, landing onto Arik, but he's not going to be able to take those frags.
Habib is the first casualty, though, of this entire fight. Losing your demo man is such a big deal, but they do manage to salvage and find 3. Habib's going to be up in the next 3 seconds, so not a massive deal. froyotech going to take this first capture, but I mean, by all means, losing Habib there was pretty convincing afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, the soldiers weren't doing the exact same thing. Sil kind of got distracted by Paddy bombing in towards him, had to take care of that, whereas Pappy had already fully committed across the point. He was left kind of high and dry. He gets taken down, and then Sil tries to salvage, and they just lose their lives 1 by 1. Habib finding a frag onto Thomas, I believe, with a trap on the house there.
Yeah, not a very nice trap there from Habib. He seems to get in the minds of Witness Gaming whenever he plays against them. Always finds the correct traps that he needs at the time. Just slinging those stickies up towards Cliff as well. And now it's up to Witness Gaming to decide what they want to do, if it's a trade off Cliff or not. But eating a nice first rocket. Jay lands that one, so Mula is going to delay them a little bit here. The Uber just comes directly off Cliff, so they have to use super early. Nice bomb from Pappy, though. Just forces straight away and jumps in behind with his remaining flash onto Jay and goes all the way back into that corner. Banny's on the chase, but Pappy is just completely gone from this fight, so he's not going to be there. Knowing that now as froyotech as they start walking forwards here. Still also meeting Pappy in the backlines as Paddy does go down. Also got players flying all over the place. Silences does go down as well. The fight continues on the point. Banny goes down. Ixie dropping as well, but the cap goes in the favor of Witness Gaming.
A really nice fight from Witness. They take down Jay, who was trying to get aggressive on the point. Then Sil and Pappy go back behind to partner up. Land straight onto Habib from behind. That's a free demo man kill. They do still have 2 down right now, though, and Arik is moving in behind. I don't know whether they know he's here. He's getting in onto the medic. Doesn't look like he's hitting the shots, though. Arik does have to flee back to spawn eventually, but Domo and Mula are going to go down to Banny and Paddy anyway.
Yeah, very nice salvage there from froyotech. Pappy's going to be bombing in, seeing what he can find. Doesn't find anything at all. And Jay and Banny. Habib goes down as well. They find a bunch of players.
Thomas versus 2. He's getting bombed by Paddy. Oh my goodness, they just walk right by each other.
Like 2 ships in the night, bum. Like 2 ships in the night. Thomas just skates away. He's going to be fine, high and dry, but it looks like froyotech going to be coming in. They can recap this point now, but it looks like Witness Gaming have something to say about this. They're going to be coming back in, just trying to deny this cap for as long as possible, getting those crucial seconds off of that clock, but now froyotech retaking that favor.
Yeah, every second counts. If Witness can just delay that bit by bit, it all adds up in the end. Thomas, again, trying to tickle the point. Sil's walking through the connector, but just getting spammed downwards by Paddy, who's guarding the other side. Looks like Habib is going to be taking this one deep. Mula has no one to heal. He's trying to get out from main, which he does after hitting that surf. He's not going to go down here, but all the rest of the frags are. Eventually, he gets chased by Jay. There's just no one to keep him up alive after those 3 frags going down the Uber. Domo kill binds at the end of it all, and that is a wipe from Witness.
Yeah, really well played there from Jay as well, just cutting off the escape completely from Witness Gaming, so unable to really respond whatsoever. And May is going to have that 20 to 30% Uber advantage depending on how he builds this one. So Looks like Witness Gaming are going to be coming back in. They know it's going to be basically dry fighting from now onwards, so they're going to see what they can do here coming in. Habib does find that trap kill onto Pappy very, very early on as the retake starts to come in. Thomas just pressuring forward super hard and still going in for a high bomb to see what he can get. It doesn't move it across to Connector, getting spammed away, and Witness Gaming have so far been repelled.
Yeah, these 1 kills that Froyo keep getting are just so good because either it makes Witness take a very hard fight. Still's in! He gets the force onto May. This is a pretty big deal, but 2 scouts have tried to follow up off it. They are just feeding their lives away to the Uber, making it not so worthwhile. But at least May is back into, Moolah is back into spawn, and Paddy does not manage to get the kill.
Moolah. We say it time and time again, but this man can dodge. He can surf. He can do everything that you want a medic to do. He is performing so far in this tournament, and now they're going to be coming in. They do have that full Uber thanks to them remaining alive and making their way in here. May is in a very defensive position all the way back. And looks like Paddy is going to get gearing up as the Uber does come in. Moolah does get forced off in the end. Jay, Arik, and Bani are going to be sacrificing their lives for this, but they're still alive somehow. Eventually, they do find 2 as they eventually all go down as well, but they do pick up Moolah.
They pick up overtime as well. Witness need to get a 2-minute straight comeback here against the full Uber charge of May. Moolah does now spawn, so Thomas is going to be able to cap this up, but this is such a tall order with May's Uber charge approaching 100% already.
Yeah, this is a massive order for them to fill here. They're going to have to find some really wild picks as Domo does jump away on his own trap, but doesn't find any pick with it so far. No pick classes for the side of Witness Gaming, so forcing off the super is going to be relatively difficult as they start just encouraging towards the point. May just get spammed and has to force out that Uber super early, but they're getting loads and loads of cap time. Witness Gaming, they need to respond. Domo is all the way in, landing on the point. Pappy's in as well. Ixie's flying onto the point, and froyotech just chewing them up in the trap. There is the point. The honey is too sweet as Moolah is going to drop here, and it's going to be a 2-2. We're going to round number 5.
Are we going to have to see another tactical pause here? Are Witness going to have to try and work out what's going wrong? Because this is exactly what happened yesterday. They have the 2-1 lead, but froyotech, once they can recollect their thoughts, they are the finishers. Witness unable to do that so far in what was a very convincing round for froyotech. There was still 2 minutes left on the clock for Witness at the end of that one.
Looks like they are going to get all buffed up. They're going to be moving all the way into this first point as we are going live with the mid, and it looks like now players bombing all over the place, but we have actually got player feed. That's what we're looking at here, Bum. There we go. We got the stream back, ladies and gentlemen. As 2 currently down for froyotech, Arik and Jay are going to be currently dead here, and moving in is Witness Gaming. They're going to take that first point.
Yeah, Witness getting the first cap of the round off, and Bani wants to take this one forwards immediately. Every little bit of time counts here. That's why in the last round Froyo have been playing so well, is they get those singular picks that just slow Witness down so much or force them to take a 5v6 fight. Every kill is like a 10-second respawn, and here comes Froyo's Uber. They're trying to run it across the point. Moolah has kited this so well, they're not going to frag anyone. They use off their own Uber though, and they're not able to find anything with it either. 2 Ubers completely wasted from both of these teams.
I think that's fine if you're Witness Gaming, to be honest. You've still got the point presence available. You're just going to be taking these dry fights anyway, get those Ubers out of the way, and now you're going to be able to kind of take these fights a little bit better versus defensible side that has that Uber. So May now is going to be just healing up his team, getting Bani ready for the forthcoming push, and Witness Gaming are getting defensive of their own. They've got Sil on the right and Pappy on the left, so they're going to be gripping onto this point. Habibi, a ton of damage on this point as Patty's going to get forced away as well. Sil's going to jump back for a pack of his own. Pappy jumping all the way forwards as well. Bani's going to go down to a pipe from Domo as well, so they're +1 here. Sil's going to trade out on that side on the right.
Yeah, that was a very nice play from Domo and Toe to just chase Bani way off the point. They do get that frag that's going to allow them to have a bit of an advantage here. As Jay and Paddy actually both double bomb in, they immediately take down Thomas. Jay is trying to go even further, but the rest of them are now just happy to take the point. They've delayed long enough. They do finally cap up on this round. Half the time is gone for Witness Gaming. They are nearly there to win this first map, but Froyo have control of the point now.
Yeah, even Ubers, so it looks like we're going to see once again this trade is most likely going to come out here as the point is now being contested by Thomas. He's going to be running onto the edge as much as he can, just get as much time down as possible. Paddy jumping around. Oh! Amuna comes in, does manage to get the flashes off onto his team. The trade comes out, but it's a much better Uber for froyotech so far. Witnesses Uber fades, and Froyo's Uber fades, and now it's just going to be a dry fight. See what can happen. Bani runs in, picks up Silentis, but goes down on his own here. Jay's bombing in, super weak on the point. He's going to be bombing all the way backwards, but Pappy is on that cliff defending that pack. These Froyo players cannot rejoin this fight, and Witness Gaming are going to retain this point by the look
looks of things, just scrapping against Arik and Habib. May is going to return back to them with a hill. Solenta's on a respawner. Pappy's going to catch his respawner as well. Both of these teams are vying for this point. Neither of them wants to lay up this pressure.
Oh, still so close to getting that frag on the flank. That could have been a very huge opportunity if he could have got through connector there, but he doesn't manage to. Domo also losing his life. Witness are going to steal this point away, but I don't know if it means much when they have no demo man to defend it. Froyo are going to be looking to recapture this one instantly. Witness are going to have to put a hell of a lot of pressure on to make up for the lack of Domo, and this is exactly what they're doing. Toe's running it forwards. He might be able to drop Habib again from this Uber, and he does so.
Looks like May is going to get his Uber charge as well. He is alone, though, however, back in his spawn door. Witness Gaming going to retain that point. I mean, even if this Uber does come out, they've got enough time to build another one and keep the clock nice and even if they manage to recap that point. So a 1 minute disadvantage for froyotech currently.
Witness Gaming have not taken a map from froyotech yet in this LAN. Every map has been close, but they've lost 2-0-2-0. And this, oh, we do in fact have a pause right in the middle of the action.
Is this what you want to see if you're froyotech? I mean, this is most likely going to be a tech pause here, so we're going to see what's going on. But so far, just looking at the position here, we've got Clock that's going to be running all the way down. May with an advantage. How do you reckon it's going to go down?
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, TF2 is going to keep counting that clock down even though we're paused. When we unpause, it's going to be back up to 48 seconds. That's how much Witness have to hang on to this point, whereas Froyo need to take it for that whole 2 minutes. And to be completely honest, at the moment, I'm liking the looks of Witness here.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good for Witness Gaming so far. Domo's been finding all of the damage that he's needed. And Thomas has also been running down literally any player that isn't attached to the beam. Every time Habib steps an inch out of position.
Oh my God, Witness, they win the first map. Oh my God.
No, they don't. Sorry, guys. Yeah, but Thomas is managing to run down every single player that jumps out of position. Habib's just getting mowed down every second of this game, it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, Habib has been very far forwards over the right-hand side of the point, and Toe is just such a good player at spotting those demo men and running them down. It's so frustrating. We see it in ETF2L all the time, in Granary in particular. He will just run through a shutter that's meant to be being solo held by a demo, somehow not die to the stickies, and just like two-shot him.
Yeah, it does seem kind of crazy. But I've got to give a shout out to Arek as well. He does seem to be like kind of holding his ground and really pushing across with Bani and Habib when they want to, you know, force Witness Gaming away from the point as well. So these guys are doing a great job of kind of pushing them across, but we're not really seeing that same Freyo magic, it feels like.
This is a tactical pause, in fact, according to our little graphic, which is very interesting because Freyo were just about to take this Uber charge advantage forwards. We do have an unpause now as Jay is going to be the one leading the Uber. Muller is so far out, they're not going to be able to catch him with this one, and Jay actually does get taken down. So this is one frag Uber, in fact, at the very end. They do find Pappy, they find the point as well. But Witness are already walking this one forwards. Bani and Arik are going so deep on concrete, trying to get anything they can. They do find the frag onto onto Solentes, sorry. So that's a pretty decent Uber, but Muller has his up and ready to go already. We'll see if Thomas can lead this one just as well as he's been leading all his others.
Yeah, Thomas here just getting healed all the way up. He's just going to be edging that point, which is an excellent maneuver here. Domo on the left as well. He's going to be isolated away from the beam for the time being, so he needs to be careful about how much damage he is taking. Muller pops it out, running into her beam. Can they find him? The answer is yes, they take him down. And having no demo man for the next couple seconds is going to be crucial for Witness Gaming. And reclaiming this point, that clock is going to start winding down.
Yeah, 30 seconds to go for Witness before they finally do the impossible and take a map against froyotech in this grand final. Froyo are just so slow at the moment. They're waiting, biding their time. May's Uber charge is up. They're just trying to decide what to do with it, make sure everyone's in sync. There's a lot of damage from Witness to keep them at bay for now, and this point is just running down.
It looks like Domo is actually going to go down here, losing their demo as Witness Gaming, but that clock is still coming down here. Froyo going to be trying to push across this point here. They do have that Uber charge ready, but Muller slowly building up to 77%, so they're going to have that Uber in the next couple seconds. Solentes on connector, down to 7 health, does get taken down. Paddy finds the kill there, so an extra frag for froyotech.
Yeah, he thought he had found the timing, but Paddy just puts a stop to that instantly. That's another 10 seconds that Witness have to wait, and we have a whole nother minute to go from Froyo. Both the Ubers are in the equation now. We need Witness to get rid of them, and they just need to cap once. There's 1 second left here. We just need one good fight for them to make it 1-0 in this series.
Looks like once again Thomas is going to be walking forwards onto this point. The same formula that managed to get them these points in the previous rounds. They're just going to be walking to the edge here. Habib walking forwards just to try and deny it as much as possible. Toa's taking as much beam as he can. They move across, trying to shoot Thomas. They're going to take him down. They do manage to get the kill on Toe. He does get dropped from the Suba, but Ixie's there to pick up the pieces as the rest of the team goes flying in. Sill's going to bomb in. Jay also on the cliff, and it looks like now they're just going to start settling down. Team's going all over this. The cap comes through. It goes down. They're going on to the point here. Witness Gaming scrapping around. Nice action from Paddy. Pappy goes down. Jay also goes down. Domo goes down. It's just Mula left alive. He goes down, and froyotech retain this point by the looks of things.
Yeah, 26 seconds for Froyo, 14 seconds on the Mula respawn. This is going to have to be an all or nothing fight. May is not going to get his Uber in time. We are just going to see a classic 6v6 on the point. All the spawners are coming up now. And who do you favor going into this just DM fight right at the end?
Oh, it's DM, but you got a fancy Tomas and Ixie coming in here, moving in, but Habib standing so far forwards, blocking them as much as they can. A very aggressive jump here in from froyotech. They're flying over at Ixie, Mula, and Silenta's going down. Domo's on the point, Pappy's diving in. froyotech looking to clean this one up. It's going to be 1-0. 3-2 is the final scoreline on Product as this clock is finally going to run down.
They are the finishers, as we said. froyotech, they do go down at the start, but once again, Witness just cannot come through. This is froyotech's map pick. They were confident coming into this one, and of course, they are able to convert the map that's been their dominant one for so long.
Yeah, it did seem like, you know, it was so close. I mean, this is the closest it was ever going to get on Viaduct. It's like the previous games that we had before on Viaduct. It was exactly the same, really close in all the maps that we had, so what an exciting first game, Bob.
Absolutely incredible first game, going the distance as we expected, and we've got some people ready to take it away, I believe, to talk us through Via and what's coming next on Snake.
God, whoa, these celebrations are so good. I mean, you couldn't pick a worse time to pop out a box of celebrations, though. All right, well, welcome back to the sofa, and yeah, I've got 2 new gamers for every new map, so let's just start off by introducing. I introduced to the sofa, we've got the legendary BeaVerN, the scout man himself, and we also have, who's this guy? You might recognize him, it's WARHURYEAH. Boys.
Hello.
Thank you for joining me on the sofa here. Have you been paying close attention to the map? Have you actually been taking notes like good little boys, I've asked?
Yeah, it was fucking sick. It was really fucking good game, that was. That was nuts. The players were good. There was so many big fat plays. The cast was fucking awesome as well. Like, the whole thing was just nuts.
I mean... First of all, shout out to the fucking cast. Oh my fucking god. Oof. And the game, it was better than the blue pill in the bedroom. Shit. Holy shit. It was a fucking great game.
The man is happy. All right. Well, break it down to me. You're Prem fame. You've not only have you casted Prems, you've also played the Prems. You played these grand finals. You feel what these gamers are feeling right now. I mean, walk me through what they might be feeling after a map like that. Do you feel devastated if you're on the side of Witness?
I don't really get myself in the player head anymore. I just think of it as a spectator and think, oh, that was sick. But I think, like, they're probably going to be a bit gutted because they did have like a pretty decent advantage in terms of the round time on the last map. But at the end of the day, when 2 teams are like this close, it's just going to come down to like individual plays and individual errors. So you can't be too gutted. You can't really hang on it too much. You just got to, just keep fragging,
All right, BeaVerN. God, can they shake it off over going into our next map? Do you think that would leak into these sort of future gameplays? Does it ever leak into your gameplay when you've ever played such a close map?
I mean, definitely. These guys should be, and I think they are, motivated for next map. It was so close for a win. So they should be even more, like, I don't know, enraged, just rolling over to the next map, just to grab the win and get a map so it's equal, easily, in my opinion.
Excellent. All right. War, was there anybody that was particularly impressing you when you were watching throughout that? And maybe anybody from froyotech, someone from Witness at all?
Domo was pretty good. He had some fat moments, was hitting some mean pipes. So I think he was chatting about. And I think, honestly, the players on Froyo, I thought they were all a bit shit. They weren't really. I think Jay was like really good. He did a really good job when Froyo were running sniper on mid. Like he just literally managed to jump behind and find Ixie every time. So like the sniper wasn't really brought out that much. And if it was, it didn't have a huge impact. So I thought he played really well. Banny as well was also pretty good despite the fact that I want him to go home. I think he was like, he had a few good moments. He took a few decent Uber trades as well. I think that's what like this map just came down to, was like which scout, pocket scout took the best Uber trades. I think that's what's going to happen through most of this game.
Why did I bring Meme Lord onto the couch? Why?
Well, I made up for it. I didn't just leave it and, Froyo was shit.
Fair play. BeaVerN, same question. Anybody particularly impressed you during this match at all from your like sort of scout background?
Sorry again.
Any impressive players?
Bad hearing.
Any impressive players, BeaVerN? Anybody maybe from your scout background that you were like, whew, that's a good player.
I mean, I gotta say a shout out to, I mean, obviously, Banny did a great fucking job, but fucking hell, Thomas, and of course, my boy Ixie. Dude's performed. I fucking loved it. I mean, it's just a symbol.
All right, boys, we are going into our next map shortly. I have completely forgotten what our next map is. Like the professional host I am. Hopefully, we might even have a graphic. Oh, what was happening? Look at that. What a transition. Okay.
Honestly, these picks and bans are actually really good because Process and Sunshine are garbage maps, and one of them needs to be replaced with Badlands, ideally next season.
We give him a soapbox, he abuses it. I love it. All right, so Snakewater will be our next map, gentlemen. Just to kind of remind everyone out in the crowd. So, Snakewater, BeaVerN, you like that map, don't you?
Oh yeah, I love Snakewater, especially in the mid.
All right, okay. War, talk to me a little bit about this map. Like, why would they want to pick this map if you're over on the side of Witness Gaming?
They've got a pretty good last holds on quite a few maps, and I think Snakewater is like it's really, really good for turtling, although obviously the round timer changes, where it's only like 5 minutes, does sort of change a bit of the impact of that. But overall, it's I would say it's not very punishing, this kind of map. So if you lose the mid fight, you can still go for a lot of plays outside of it. It's not like a lose the mid, lose the round. So I think it's just probably, they've got a really good last hold with Coach Cadus as well. He's pretty seasoned on holding last because obviously seven slow die. I think they're going to have like pretty decent time on this map. And also, I do remember clearly Silentes getting a sick air shot on this map at the last LAN. So
I'm sure those are all reasons that Witness picked that map. Sure. BeaVerN, Ward touched upon it a little bit earlier. This 5-minute timer, does it actually change TF2 a bit? Has the game changed from since you last played? Does this 5-minute timer kind of change the meta?
I mean, apparently you don't hold W mouse 1 anymore, and you don't flank.
Yeah, you just sit back and you wait for that timer, and then you go for a mid-fight again.
I mean, when I came back, then I was so confused how the game is played these days, because Pocket Soldier didn't have shotgun anymore. Pocket Soldier wasn't a Pocket Soldier anymore.
He was roamer from number 2.
Flank Scout wasn't a Flank Scout. Flank Scout is a Pocket Scout, more or less, with some flank responsibility. So the game has definitely changed.
Okay, well, so War, if we had to kind of like take a prediction, you obviously saw a bit of a preview in that Viaduct map and, you know, seeing the performance of Froyo and Witness. Going into the Witness map pick, how are you feeling? Who do you think is going to edge out on this map?
I think it's going to be really close. I hope it's really close because the game will just be really good to watch. I think Froyo definitely have an advantage because of that. However, they do look a bit shook. And, you know, when Banny's shook, he gets a bit toxic. So I've heard.
What about you, BeaVerN? Have you got any sort of predictions on the horizon for this Snakewater map?
It's going to be a battle of the soldiers and demo in mid. And Witness is going to hold last really tight. But when it comes to, at least to the mids, I think it's going to be between the demo and the soldiers. Because that's what, in my opinion, and I'm old, it dictates the snake mids most likely.
All right, okay. Now, obviously, we're clearly delaying for time here, and I don't see all the gamers already in their little chairs and all this stuff. So we're just sorting out a few bits and bobs, pressing all the cables, making sure everyone has their cigarette breaks, their bathroom breaks, all the breaks they need. So I guess we can get a bit more into the meat and potatoes of it. War, we've seen the rise of the battalion's backup. Like, is it a polarizing weapon? Is it really like what we used to think of like an unfun unlock, or does it add quite a lot to the game, do you think?
It gives teams like a good option, especially defending. Like if you're defending last against an Uber, and you have an Uber and a battalions, you know, you can just sort of milk the Uber a lot more. And you know, if you do have to take a trade, you can then use your battalions to push out. So I think, yeah, battalions is pretty good. It's actually got some decent merit. We've seen a lot of off-classing as well. So speaking about gimmicks. No, not even seen battalions. I think tier 2 easy. We saw Gazy on Pyro at every opportunity. But yeah, I think battalions will be like really important on this map because there's just a lot of. There's probably going to be a bit more downtime, a bit more spamming. So you might as well, you know, use that spam to good use and just build up a banner.
BeaVerN, you were playing in the tournament here, and obviously you had a taste of the method, a bit of this 5-minute timer. Did you actually see any battalions backups in your sections of playing? Did you take advantage of it at all?
No, absolutely not. When I saw Witness picking out the battalion, and that special rocket, what's it called?
Well, the beggar's bazooka.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Great use of the weapons you can have in this game. Battalions is a fucking amazing thing. But yeah,
basically, you like him. You're liking what you see. You haven't used it yourself, but you're liking what you see.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. Whoa, that's a good point. I forgot about that beggar's bazooka. Like, is it actually got some credence to it? Is that just a meme? I haven't seen it work so far. I've seen one NA player make it look good. Is it good?
I don't know. I've not seen it at all. I don't know.
You've not seen it at all? No. Oh, you got to head on over to Essentials. Get a look at those clips, my boy.
I mean, I've only been here for the day. I don't know what happened yesterday. I wasn't watching.
No, but generally, though, you know what the weapon is.
Well, I don't know. It seems like a rocket jump. You know, someone that's really good at rocket jumping. I've seen people chain the beggar's bazooka quite a bit, and I'm shit at rocket jumping, so I can't really. But I've never really seen it at all, apart from on Highlander.
All right, BeaVerN, talk to me about these mid-fights. I know, it's going to be... talk to me about these mid-fights, old man BeaVerN. Hard of hearing. What do you think Witness and Froyo are going to play these Snakewater mids like? What is kind of like the flavor nowadays? Do they play it aggressive? Do they play it quite passive?
I think Witness is going to try to soak up the damage, and Froyo is going to be a bit more aggressive than the Witness.
Fair play, fair play.
I know it's going to be close. As I said before, it's the battle between the soldiers and the demo. That's going to dictate how you play this mid.
Well, coming from like a demo man background, does Snakewater kind of like, I don't know, what do you feel about that sort of map? Is it like quite an intimidating mid fight? Is it quite a nice mid fight for the demo man?
I think it's kind of like difficult now, especially mid fights, because you just get bombed by 2 soldiers that just do a high jump every mid. So it's kind of like difficult, I'd say. So I think that's kind of the demo man impact of mid is going to be like maybe who commits first. We see a lot of teams and players where if they're a demo man, they just walk across the point, try and do as much damage as they can before they get killed. So I think we might see that a lot, because at the end of the day, you're going to get jumped by soldiers. There's no point on, even though the air shot would look cool, so that might be what they want to go for. You know, at the end of the day, they're just going to press W, go forward, and do as much damage before they die.
Yep, so simple enough, simple enough. BeaVerN, sniping on this map, is it possible? Is it doable? Is it actually nice to snipe on this map? Because I'm looking for a sniper.
Sniper on fucking Snake. Oh, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's an art. You can definitely snipe on Snake. I mean, I fucking remember back in I-46, F2 running out with Epsilon, me picking off, dropping him mid-game. I am expecting snipers.
Is there any sort of particular snipers out here that you rate highly? Coming from such a good sniper, any snipers out here?
I'm old here. I'm a boomer.
Do you rate any particular snipers out here, BeaVerN? Is there anyone here you're like, he's a pretty good sniper?
I heard that Banny's actually become good at sniper. But what I saw from Uxie, mwah.
All right. Well, I think an excellent point.
Or whatever they say.
An excellent point to end it on here. Let's end it on a mwah, because we have got some more beautiful technical issues. So we're going to head to a break. Mwah. See you then. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It seems we've sorted all our technical issues. We found those pesky animals eating away at the cables, and we are going to go straight back into it. We're going to throw it away to our casters. Bowman Lucky, please take it away.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. We are on Snakewater as our second map. Bum, how are you feeling about this one? As it looks like we're actually going to our first mid.
Wow, we're live into the game already. We got those server issues sorted out pretty quickly. We do have the first mid fight coming up. Arik already. Oh, wow, there's a very fast bomb coming out of Pappy. He's not going to be able to get anything here, though. Jay is taking him down. He trades 1 for 1. And at the end of this fight, both medics are still left alive. It's a soldier and a demo with a medic versus both scouts. And they do actually find Mula here now. Habib is going to be running May back. The 2 scouts of Witness are remaining and able to cap up this midpoint.
May surviving, though, with Habib, so they're going to retain that Uber advantage. 80% currently. They're going to have 100% by the time Mula spawns, but the first mid capture does go through to Witness Gaming, so looks like Froyotech are going to have to try and retake most of this ground off of them, but no sticky traps available. Domo has only just managed to rejoin the fray, so it's going to be Froyotech pretty much taking this one for free, and Witness Gaming are going to be retreating with their tails between their legs with very minimal sacks, but Ixie is deep in behind and just absolutely destroyed very early on. He does go down, and the rest of Witness Gaming we're going to have to make a very hasty retreat.
Yeah, dangerous for Witness to be on that point at all. Ixie just tries to see if he can get something done, but now they're just bleeding players one by one. Ixie's down, Pappy's down. This is making second very, very easy to take for Froyo as well. Witness are just going to give it up in its entirety, and they still have a little bit of this advantage. If they can really rush this here, they can be into last, leaving someone to cap second, and just going with that. It looks like they are just going to slow down instead. The Uber is nearly up for Mula.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Snakewater. For now, we shall wait for 5 minutes as they start building a sentry gun. Mula is up to 90% already as well. Thomas up on that sniper as well, so going to be just delaying this one, and May now knows that Mula is likely going to have this Uber available, and they're just going to start poking and prodding as Ixie puts the gun in the spot, and now it's GG.
Yep, that was their opportunity. They need to go fast while Ixie is either getting that gun up or moving the gun, something like that, because this sentry makes it just so difficult. It is being spammed very slightly by Jay from drop down, but Pappy, oh, that was very clever. They baited Pappy to come and try and stop the drop down peak, and they had a trap waiting for him, but it just takes him down.
Thomas gets the headshot to B very early on, so this Demo Man pick is going to be great for them, but it's Snakewater, so you're going to need a little bit more than that, my friend, as Thomas is going to be peeking into lobby, just trying to find some more heads, some more angles to push, but the rest of Witness Gaming happy sitting on last.
Yep, that's just going to be slowing Froyo down, taking some time off the round timer, but as you said, you need a lot more than that to get off Snakewater. Last Toe just tried to look for another little angle, but everyone on Froyo is well aware of that. They are just hiding, playing it exactly correctly and safe. Pappy here with the battalion's backup as well. He's built it up a slight bit. Sil also has one, but they are not close to getting it as of yet. Froyo needs to try and deal with this sentry still.
Yeah, Thomas still on that sniper, going to be barreling down those angles, but still cookie cutter for froyotech. They didn't send anyone back, but the sack comes in. Paddy's in through that right-hand side door. Jason as well. It's just a push onto the right-hand side. They have taken the space, but Domo annihilating the competition. Sentry goes down. Habib gets headshot from Thomas. Paddy's in onto Mula, but defended. Salentas is there with the rockets. Zarek gets pushed into lower, and it looks like now things are going to start calming down. 2 down currently as the bomb comes in. Jay flies in into Mula. Can't find it. Still goes down. Everyone is dying on both sides, but currently 2 scouts versus the 1, but it's Thomas versus 2. Banny and Arek receiving all the flashes they need. Nice damage from Toe. He's defending this point solo, and froyotech have to retreat.
Yeah, nicely done from froyotech. They are actually still trying to fight Thomas there. They managed to get into last. They just skip jumped through, took that fight completely dry. They were able to also force off Mula. Arek is going to go down to a trap there from Domo. But they managed to get that force onto Mula purely by making him focus so much on dodging that they were just fragging everyone else in front of him. They got that 2v3 situation, but those Ubers just lasted a little bit too long. The spawner of Pappy came in, that made it a lot more difficult. And Froyo, they have 2 minutes to try and recreate something like that, but that was a very good first attempt.
Yeah, let's see what they can do here. Mate is going to get his Uber, and so is Mula, so they're going to have available Pappy walking through that doorway. Habib with the stickies. That's going to find them 1 pick, which is exactly kind of what you need to start breaking this last hold. So that's going to start opening up some pressure. Lower or the left-hand side is going to be available to spam from Froyo.
Yeah, a pick onto a soldier is a pretty big deal because you need the people watching that drop down and that lower door to be able to stop them from spamming the sentry. Instead, Paddy's just going to try and jump through big door side. He's made a bit of space, but Toe is just chipping him down slowly but steadily. They get the sentry gun, though. If they really want to lose another soldier here, they could sack for it, but they've already got Jay up on the sniper, so that option is not available to them. He's coming in towards drop down, looking for an angle now.
He's trying his best just to find something, but not really confident with that drop-down play. As the rest of Witness Game are going to be relaxing on their last, just jumping that doorway. Every time that this shutter door opens, there could be a sniper, but peeking into lower. Jay's going to be taking his time moving forwards, charging up that shot, waiting for that soldier to peek. Size is going to move away, and once again, just going to be resetting the position, and Jay's just desperately trying to find those angles.
It's 1 minute 19 now for Froyo. They need to start thinking about a trade or trying to bust through that side again. Jay, probably best to lose his life here, and he is just going in deep for a YOLO sack. He is going to get taken down. Froyo now, they're going to regroup with their 6 main classes. We'll see if they just try and bust through big door or whether they go for some kind of trade and try and fight afterwards. They will be up against no battalions, as Pappy and Sil actually do not run them at the very moment. And now the spawner is in. Jay's rolling out. Froyo look like they're getting ready to go for something here.
Yeah, Froyo most likely going to be going in for a trade, just going to try and destroy this sentry gun as fast as possible, and then just see if they can't win that scrappy DM fight afterwards by the looks of things. So May is just going to be beaming up these players, trying to get 300. Paddy's going to make one last ditch attempt, does manage to get through the left, spamming onto this gun, and is going to manage to get it low, but the healing is there from Ixie to keep it alive. Shoved in the corner is Jay and Habib's going to drop here. So it's going to be 2 down for the side of froyotech, and Witness Gaming could make the push if they like, but I think they're more than happy to settle for this round reset in the next 15 seconds.
Yeah, there's absolutely no reason to take the push. I mean, you've got 16 seconds, and Uber is going to go off from the other team. Anything could go wrong that just leads to them getting back onto your last. The Uber trade is going to come in through the shutter now. The sentry gun's still not down. They do have a little bit of cap time on the point that's going to force some overtime. That gives time for Paddy to try and jump into the fight, but Froyo look like they are not going to be able to do this. The Witness Gaming game plan comes through. They do lose the mid-fight, and they are just able to reset the round and try it again.
It's just classic Snakewater. How many times have we seen rounds not come to fruition on Snakewater? After a mid-win, they don't manage to convert this one fully. So let's see what they can do here. Doma's going to be making his way into mid, does pick up that pack pretty early on, slinging those stickies across. Habib does the same. A nice little sticky placed onto lower. He's going to be trying to spam onto Catwalk here, but no damage traded just yet. Both teams kind of taking their time to get into position. Bomb comes in from Pappy, skipping across, all the way onto Habib's side. Habib's getting bombed now in lower. Does manage to pop him up in the air. He gets slips away down into lower, but May goes down in the meantime. Still finds that one. It's going to be Paddy also going to now Pappy falling here, and it's going to be 3 left alive for the side of froyotech.
Almost as clean as it can be from Witness. They keep the medic up. They have more players alive at the end of the mid. Very, very nice job. Ixie's going to stay behind to cap while everyone runs forwards. Habib's just putting up some traps on the edge of the log train here, but doesn't look like they have much of way of defense on second here. Banny is going to be sniping through the window. Does take one shot off, but not able to follow up with the second one. Now there are the spawners of froyotech here, putting some presence on second, but they still need to worry about this Witness Gaming Ubercharge. Jay is on top of the beam, taking on Witness, or taking on Sil and Pappy, sorry, and they do just Uber in, and they're only going to be able to find Jay with this one. Toe's trying to run a little bit further, but it's not the most successful Uber.
Yeah, they're just going to try and get Mula out of there and start building the Super and see if they can't get on to second and try and set up maybe a cheeky little back cap of some kind, but it looks like Banny is going to be sticking to that sniper. And also we've got Arik just sitting on scout as well, not wanting to pick up this engineer on this last, and so that does show that they want to push out of this one. Not something you actually typically see, but with an Uber advantage this large, it looks like it's going to be something they're going to try and pull out here. But Banny peeking that angle onto Bats, just trying to find what he can, but no one wants to peek it. Thomas jumps to the line side, 150, he kills himself with the sword.
No, that is such a big mistake. Banny is thankfully going to get taken down, but Sil has just been chased by Arik there. Ixie is there to bail him out in the nick of time, and now there are 2 down on last for Froyo. Pappy's already working his way into lobby. This is why we don't see most teams spend their time in lobby. If you lose those frags, it makes it so much easier for Witness to just get onto point. Pappy's already on it. Ixie's already on it. They have so much cap time. The Uber is forced just to block the point. They are going to get several frags for it, though. Sil is bombing around. He's going to be able to just escape through lobby. Still getting chased by Jay, but he escapes with his life.
Yeah, now coming out second, Paddy just trying to bomb in. He is going to lose his life on bridge. Thomas finding that kill, and now it's looking extremely good for Witness Gaming. A massive Uber advantage, and Banny's only just got onto NG, so that Sentry Gun is going to be so weak, level 1 or 2 at best. And
yeah. They are going to have Pappy just rolling out into the fight now. They're going to try and go as soon as possible. Ixie can join the fight at the very end as they do bomb this one forwards. The Sentry is just a level 1 on the point, but it's doing its job for now. There hasn't been any frags as of so far with this Uber. Pappy is actually going to be the first one to go down. The Sentry is still up. All of Froyo's spawns are here. They have no cap time either. It's a disaster push from Witness.
Yeah, Witness Gaming just did not deal with that level 1 gun. It just shoved them all over the place. Habib is bombing to low. He gets Moolah, and Ixie's going to go down as well. It's basically a complete wipe as Pappy catches his respawner.
Yeah, very well played from Froyo off the back of that fight. Huge plays from Habib, as always, as we expect. And now May has a colossal advantage. This is enough for a coast-to-coast. Toe on the forward spawn sniper is really what they need to worry about coming into second, but I'm sure Froyo have played against that countless times. They're not going to make a mistake like that.
We've got Tomas up on the sniper, however, so we're going to see what he can pull out. He's currently sat in that forward spawn, so let's see what he can kind of find with that. But froyotech very wisely going to be going across the sword, the safer push if you do realize they get a forward spawner. Bombing in super high now as they actually use out this Uber charge, and they get nothing at all, Bum.
Yeah, they try a catch Uber. It was very risky. They had no vision in second at all. They didn't know whether or not they were going to get anyone with that, and in fact, still at the very end, will go down to it because he was just trying to sneak behind while the Uber was on. Tomas back spawns to keep himself safe, but this was the coast-to-coast here. They are still at a slight disadvantage into last, but we all know that Witness are not going to be doing anything off of that 30 ad. They are already trying to get this last hold up. In fact, they only have Ixie on heavy. They're taking this one a bit slow. Now he's going to switch off onto his favorite class.
Everyone's favorite Team Fortress 2 class. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be here for 5 minutes. So this is going to be good, but Ixie currently put on another level 1 gun. Now, this is the riskiest part of the strategy, though, when the gun is currently level 1, but Froyo are more than happy to sit outside and just wait. They've gone and they've spy checked. They're going to see what they've got, and they're going to find out that froyotech have absolutely nothing, and They're just going to have to try and make their way across to this gun, but once again, I don't know how they're going to try and break this hold.
I mean, I like how Froyo have been trying to break this hold so far. They are making a lot of space with their soldiers just bombing through from Big Door side, and it seems like the sentry can't track it from there. Instead, this time, they're just going to go through a trade through lower. They do take the sentry gun down in the trade, but they don't have much positioning afterwards. Witness are going to be chasing them out as Jay goes sky high onto the end of the Uber, and he does take down Moolah. He loses his life for it, but Toe's gone down anyway. They are able to flood through onto last here. The heals are there for Froyo, but they don't have much space. They need to recombine, keep those heal beams up, just make sure everyone is healthy and chip this damage down. All damage onto Witness is permanent. Moolah is not there to help them, but they aren't getting the frags so far. Ixie is just mowing things down on the heavy here, and Sil actually cleans up May on the back as well. This is a disaster for Froyo. Arik is the last one left alive, and the meat shot takes him down.
So what we didn't actually see there on the cam was that Arik was fighting against Moolah the entire time, and Moolah was just spinning in circles defending himself against Arik, and has in fact survived the entire time. So Moolah once again slipping away from those dangerous situations. This dude is literally like a bar of soap. He just slips out of literally everything. So coming on second now, Witness Gaming going to be recapping this point up, and now we're going to see what Witness Gaming want to do. They do have a slight bit of an advantage, but it is Snakewater.
Yeah, I mean, it's about a 40% advantage. It's a lot more difficult to get from second into mid than it is vice versa. But it looks like they're already inside Saw. They might want to try and take this up through the balcony. Toe is just kind of clearing around here, seeing if they want to go with this. The Uber's up any second now, and they do decide to go very fast onto Jay. They are going to be able to catch him on the point, but no, he slithers away. Paddy and Arik are still behind the Uber, so these could be two potential frags, but Arik just loses his life for it. Paddy's able to jump out. They only find one scout with the Uber, and the Ubers have flip-flopped. May has his coming up any second now.
Now we're going to see what froyotech want to do with this Uber charge. They now have a massive advantage in. They're going to probably wait for Arik to spawn, but it's like Saw is going to be the play. They're going to try and see what they can do here. Pappy is kind of holding a little bit close and does spot them out here, so they know that they're going to be making their way in, and nothing is on to battle. They do just pop up the Uber. J-Bomb again, super high, super deep. Does manage to get all the way through. Onto lower, in behind, onto Moolah, and he finds the kill bum all the way forwards. What a savant.
Yes, I mean, that Uber didn't look like it was going to do too great. Everyone is now trying to pile onto May, and they do get that one saving grace. Pappy and Doma are still left alive, but they are definitely going to lose their lives here. Pappy at least trades for it. He is going to get taken down before that pack respawns, and they've lost absolutely everyone on Witness Gaming. They get a forward spawn here. That's Toe and Moolah. Toe takes a shot. It's only in the body, though. Paddy takes that 50 damage like a champ, and now they will both back spawn to last. The Ubers are even, so we are going to see, once again, WG Ixie has built a sentry gun.
Ooh, who saw that one coming? All of us. Literally all of us. Bumfries. Yeah, building up that gun once again. They're going to go for this defensive hold on last. We're going to be here for another 5 minutes unless Witness Gaming decide that by some miracle they're going to go for something. Bumfries, what do you reckon is the cure, the passive cure? Instead of going through right side, which they've been trying, getting bodied by Domo, what do you reckon they could do?
I mean, I genuinely think they can keep trying that. Domo hasn't actually been locking it all too well. It's been, the soldier is getting through, Domo's locking the exit, and it's taking a very long time for the scout to actually come and follow up onto the soldier who's over by that cone area on the far side. But I mean, they definitely are going to know it's coming. Froyo just can't keep doing that same thing over and over again. We saw that trade attempt through lower last time, and it did not really work out too well for them. They're using just so much earlier and getting chased out. Witness cleaning up all the frags. So we'll see. Froyo look like they're trying this again. They're going with the Uber through lower. They get the sentry gun once again. The Uber is 5 seconds better for Witness, and they are trying to chase these frags out towards the shutter. But in fact, it's Froyo that's getting them so far. Domo has gone down. There's going to be no stickers on point, but this heavy is up once again. Moolah has also gone down, and now all the frags are just going the way of Witness Gaming on this far side. Arik is getting chased. He's so low, but he is going to be able to get May out of there.
Still, what
will
direct?
get the direct onto Arik, but he loses his life to protect May, and that is something at least.
May is only on 19%, gets 20% now, so there's going to be a roughly 20% advantage as Moolah gets healing on his team. The second cap goes through. Ubers are going to be dry here, so it looks like froyotech, they want to get aggressive here. They're coming in all the way in through Saw. They're just beginning this deathmatch immediately. Jay is now going forwards into Cheese, but he might have been abandoned by his team. He's taking the 1-1 by Silentes, and he does go down inside of Cheese. So now they're at a one-player disadvantage, and we've got Pappy with 76% on his battalion's backup still now.
Well, that is an interesting one. We haven't seen him utilize it much outside of last, but I guess he was building it up on last, hasn't died since then. It could definitely help out if we do end up in an even Uber trades kind of situation. Seems like they prefer nowadays, question mark, going for a trade with the banner involved rather than you usually just saw teams recently kind of sack with the banner. You get that extra reduced damage and the extra 30 health, of course, from your buff. But we'll see what Witness decides to do with it. It's still not quite full on the banner side, and Jay is in fact sniping as well. He doesn't manage to hit that first headshot to take the kill down instantly.
Jay's going to be swinging around all these angles onto window, just spotting Domo, just jumping up and down by that fence. He knows he's there, so he's just going to be starting to taunt him. I'd like him to hit his taunt key. That would be hilarious. But moving into lower, Jay, just going to see what you can find. Domo has got stickies on lower, just going to be watching those through that fence, so unable to really do anything here as Jay's desperately trying to find an angle, but that is just allowing time, in fact, for Pappy to find those rockets onto the flank of froyotech. He's up to 98%, so one more bit of damage is going to mean that he's going to have that banner ready and available.
Yeah, they are just completely aware of the Jay sniper. I don't think there's going to be an angle where he can catch anyone off on this. Witness just know too much about it. It's not going to be a mistake made as Jay does now try to peek through Storm, misses that shot, gets a 50 damage onto one of the soldiers, but he really needs to find something here. He's only wasting his own time. You have 3 minutes left to try and actually find a way to do something here as the trade actually just comes out into them, and the Pappy is already holding this battalion's backup. They might just use the horn to repush.
Yeah, they're not going to pop around this corner. They're just going to have a look and see where froyotech are currently posted up, because I don't know if froyotech know about this battalions. And Jay's in lower. Every single player on Witness Gaming is now buffed with this banner. They go flying in. May goes down. They fight two. Habib going down as well. Pappy is going to drop that banner. No longer a player. Pappy goes down as well. Jay also is still alive, but still finds that crucial kill. Banny and Arek going down. And Jay is the lone survivor trying to swing out onto Bats. And he's not going to be able to find his headshots. Tomas shuts him down.
There we go, Froyo going 6 down finally. There's stickies on the forwards. Habib's already in there trying to spam out of it, but they have him fully on lockdown. They've just capped up mid. They're already going to have second capped up by the time Jay spawns. They have a massive advantage as well. Let's see if Witness can convert this Ubercharge advantage into last and finally get around on the board on Snakewater.
Banny rapidly constructed that gun as fast as possible, and also Arek on the snipers. They're going to have to use through the shutter door. Let's see if he can land a headshot, potentially in between flashes of Mula. As this Uber looks like it's coming through the right shutter, they pop it out straight away. They're coming in and destroying this soldier, and this dispenser, it looks like, and the sentry gun also going down. Pappy's going to be the first one to go down, however, to a trap. As Habib, in fact, going down. So much cap time from Tomas.
Still's on the point.
Still gets on it. Players from both teams going down here. It's even trades across the board, but Tomas finally falling. Ixie goes down. Domo is the lone survivor. He drops, and Mula is going to have to try and escape. Mula's in behind. He's going for the point. Can they stop him? He's got the solid vow. He's on the point. He needs to win this 1v1, but he can't do it. I love the cojones on this man.
I mean, it's what he had to do in that position. If he had tried to get out through lobby, they could have just toyed with his respawn and made him basically out of the game for the rest of this round. But finally, he does go down, and it was a very disastrous Uber from Witness. They seemed so kind of confused on why that dispenser was there. Now, Toe, you can see him up here in the window. Are they going to expect this one? He is going forwards to make the play on towards
going
May.
in. Oh, he whiffs it. He bar knifes the revolver's out, but he can't find it in the end. As froyotech are going to start bombing in, finding what they can. They pick up Pappy on the retreat here, so this is going to start forcing the issue for Witness Gaming. They need to retreat, and fast, as froyotech are closing in.
Yep, Froyo have completely converted this from what was once dire on their own last to a sizable advantage into the enemy one. The two spawns aren't even in by the time this Uber's getting run forwards. They haven't popped it out yet. Jay's on top of the point. They haven't capped second, though. This could be a bit too much, more than they can chew, as Pappy is now bombing out onto the point. The Uber's been used out. They still haven't capped second. All 6 of these spawns are going to be coming out of spawn now for Witness Gaming. Banny's trying to play the point. There's a soldier going sky high, but the just heavy mows him down. The Uber is out.
Yeah, looks like Mula popping out that Uber charge just in time does save the players from the sink bomb there, but May does manage to retain that Uber advantage by surviving this entire engagement. So up to 40% now, so they are going to have an ad for another push if they want to go for it. It looks like that is going to be the case. Ixie is currently constructing that gun as fast as he can, trying to get that as high level just to deny these soldiers or Demo Man that comes in. It's currently on the right-hand side, so it's not going to be in the center, and looks like Witness Gaming are preparing for that Uber ad push.
Yep, they do just get up to 90% now. Habib's clearing his way through lobby. Obviously, everything completely standard, and they are going to be trying to take this Uber in. Banny running it forwards onto the point. He's already getting a little bit of cap time. This sentry is not doing anything to deny the push at all. They're just playing the point. The soldiers are bombing it. They're managing to get the frags to defend this one. If Froyo are 3v4 right now, Habib just gets scattered down by the pistol at the very end. Arik is running for his life, and May is going to help him out.
Yeah, Ixie actually put an incredible amount of work now. That gun survived the entire time, and the shotgun damage coming out from him was kind of wild. So now it looks like going forwards, Mula has this huge Uber advantage because he also survived this engagement. So they're going to have a shot of getting into mid and maybe getting a bit more. But you know what happens with Snakewater mids? It's usually a little bit of a flip-flop.
Yeah, I mean, they've also been popping out these Ubers incredibly early, just trying to catch off the back of it, and that's going to be a fail this time if they attempt it. May is already long gone. Jay is close on the corner, and actually a trap picks up Thomas, which just completely annihilates the advantage. They're going to have to wait for Toe to come up. May's already got this Uber up to 100%, and Froyo just want to roll this dry. They want to go off the pick advantage. They're already out into grass.
Yeah, looks like now they're going to be moving their way in. Arik all the way in through lower. He's trying to go for that second temper. He looks like it's super weak and lower. Does manage to dodge the rocket. Paddy and super even high, and Jay also going in. Mula has to force out this Uber charge, but they lose 2 for it in the end. Arik's also getting chased down on this flank. Pappy desperately wants to find this kill, but Banny, Habib, and May, the core trio for froyotech, all stuck in grass, getting heavily spammed from all angles, and they just get forward. They drop Habib off the Uber. Still finds the rockets, and Mula is super safe in lower. Toe even finds it, and it looks like the backup is coming in. All of these players on Froyo are high and dry. Banny going down as well by the looks of things. Does manage to escape out into lobby, but this mid capture looks like it is actually in fact going to go through.
Yeah, Ixie and Sil have just been on mid this entire time. All that Uber trading just gave them free time to cap this point up, and eventually they do so. Of course, Mula surviving as well, gets the 50% add, so they are going to be looking to go off of this one. Maybe they even try and move before they get the Uber, just try and take it slowly through second and then use that advantage into last. So far, they haven't been converting those big advantages into last very well, so they are going to need to sort that out, as Jay is actually causing chaos in Saw right now. He has the pickaxe out, not able to get the frag, but his team is all there to follow up, and they find Mula with the pipe. Habib has just changed everything here. They have just taken a completely dry fight and managed to turn it into a 6v2. In fact, Banny does go down, but that means absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things.
Absolute chaos theory that just happened there. Incredible stuff from Froyo coming out on top in that engagement, and May also managed to survive as well. Sticky Trap's currently on the house. They haven't been called, but they do get dead, and May is now completely safe in this situation. No snipers out from Witness Gaming, so they're going to be unable to find this pick, and they're going to recap this midpoint. A sizable advantage as Sil is actually hitting the sniper in that forward spawn.
Yeah, not usually a class that you'd give to Sil, but I suppose he was the only one in the spawn queue, so he gets the opportunity to now try and snipe from the forward spawn. May's Uber is coming up any second now, and they do want to try and take it through Saw, it looks like, so they don't have to pop to anything. They can keep it under control for last. But they are just taking their time here. This is so slow. Mula might be able to get the Uber in time. Habib bombs this one through. Everyone's been cleared out of second. But do they know about Sil in the forward spawn? I don't think they've even checked it yet. They might not be thinking about it. He could go for an angle. He doesn't manage to hit it. And that's going to be the one opportunity he gets. But in the meantime, Mula has at least got this Uber charge. And we've seen it so many times before. The Witness Gaming last hold on Snakewater is back, baby.
Once again, all the way back to last. Ixie is on Engineer. I swear this man is going to end up with the Engineer logo as on his logs after the end of this game. But it's like now building up that gun in the middle of the point, just trying to get it constructed as fast as possible. But Witness Gaming here going to be trying to relax and chill as Thomas is just spy checking, see what they can do. But busting out on the right-hand side is Paddy and Jay going to be coming through the doorway. Habib also getting absolutely battered here in the corner. Unable to do anything. Mula with a nice surf does, in fact, get forced out in the end. And it's a quad sack from Froyo.
Yeah, essentially, they were just trying to bust the side there, but two of them get lost in the fray. Everyone else has to just try and salvage it onto Mula. They do get the force out, but it's not worth losing 4 players. Witness now off of their own last. There's 4 minutes left in the game entirely. We have not seen a round yet. No more round resets are possible. If we time out the game, we are just going straight to a golden cap on 0-0. And I believe I hear a sentry gun going up already. Ixie just has this last resort already back on last as a little backup plan if they do eventually lose second here, which seems inevitable with May's advantage coming up any second now. They are dropping it into grass to go with it. They could wrap through lobby entirely. Banny's just pelting this through lower.
It looks like they don't want to waste any time here. They want to go in through lower, and they actually are. They use straight away onto the sentry gun, which shoots them up into the sky, and these guys will start retreating here as Mulu just pops out straight away. Habib gets caught in lower. He goes down. The sentry gun wasn't worth it, my friend, and you are now in the respawn queue for the next 13 seconds.
Yeah, so the question is, what does Witness game strategy become when there's no time to even reset the round? Are they just going to stay here anyway, take us to a golden cap, or are they actually going to try and get around in regulation? They have the Habib picks. They could do something, but seems like we have our answer as Ixie is placing this sentry gun back down once again. We might be just going to see golden cap out of no rounds in regulation.
All in all, it would actually be the safer play here, because considering the number of rounds that we've seen reset on Snakewater and the number of times that a back cap could occur on this map, it's kind of crazy. So Witness Gaming more than happy to set up this defensive Iron Fortress hold just to try and hold everything down. They're not going to try and let froyotech get into this last, and they're just going to sit here. But I am so surprised that we've got fat goose eggs on both sides of zeros.
Yep, and Habib is getting juggled really hard up here by the big door, but no, he's not going to get fragged as the bow does keep him alive. Paddy once again skipping through, trying to get past the sentry. Jay is able to follow up off the space taken. They have everyone in through truck side. Froyo have successfully taken half of this last, and they find the kill onto Solentes as well. The sentry gun is down. They have this 6v5 situation, but they're all clustered up. They're all taking the same spam. There's so much damage onto every member of Froyo. Now they use the Uber. It's a little bit better for Witness. They are having to flash it though. Jay jumps into the Uber to back up his team, and Ixie is slowly creeping towards this point on the heavy, just putting out the damage. Toe is trying to see what he can find, but he is going to go down. Mula's also died in the fight, but they are thankfully getting all the combat class frags and keeping hold of last here.
Oh, looks like Domo is taking a fight currently. He does manage to pick up Banny in the end. It's a white froyotech falling down here. And now Witness Gaming can make the push out if they would like, as all of froyotech are currently dead. A nice hold in the end, but I like the idea for froyotech there, taking out Mula first, as if they were going to recycle this one, but May just could not escape.
Yeah, I mean, there's not even going to be a push out onto second from Witness. I kind of expected them to cap second just for the delay in time and then get back to last, but instead they want this sentry up immediately. They want everyone in their position on the hold for this last 80 seconds of gameplay in Snakewater. There is still a chance for froyotech to just take this in regulation and take us 2-0. Witness have been pinned on their last for so long in this game, and the soldier attempts something, but he's just getting sent sky high by the sentry. They do land on it. They take the sentry down. They take down Ixie as well. They have all of Shutterside to play with now, Froyo, and they're collapsing over the point. The Ubers aren't up yet for Mula. He gets taken down. Habib's on the point. They are managing to defend it, though. It still comes in with the block. Toe takes down the frag, and it looks like that was our last chance.
May is still alive, moving into last, but May is on lower currently. He has 69%. If he can rejoin his team, there is 30 seconds left. But no, Pappy is there to end the dreams of froyotech of even taking this round. 30 seconds remaining on the clock. froyotech have a chance for one last Hail Mary.
Yeah, YOLO is the motto right now. They just have to get everyone into last, basically stack on that point. They have 20 seconds to do so. May might not even be able to give the team buffs by the time they have to be moving into last. And it seems almost inevitable now that we're going to be playing next round wins golden cap in the second map.
Oh, it's so nail-biting, Bum. Every single time that these players just seem to be pushing last, but Witness Gaming have constantly been on their last, and it is going to a stalemate there as the round timer runs out, and unable to do anything as both teams, and we are, in fact, going to our golden cap on map number 2. This is literally as close as it can get.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I don't want to say very exciting, as we just haven't seen a round at all, but it's incredibly tense. Like, we just cannot tell which of the teams is better so far on Snakewater. Neither of them have been able to break through in those big advantages that they've had into last. Witness have just been very solid on this last hold that they've been using so much as of late. And it looks like we have a map change on the server for some reason. Has someone made a mistake over there?
No, unsure how this one actually works, but we'll go ahead and see as we've got players actually diving into the server. Very, very interesting. But yeah, this Witness Gaming side, they can hold last for an absolute eternity, it feels like, unable to do anything. Froyo desperately tried to bust out that left-hand side, getting in towards last, but couldn't make it happen. They never tried dual spamming from lower. They just wanted to keep doing the same things. The only thing that did actually manage to force the issue was that quad sack that they pulled out, which is something other teams haven't been doing.
Yeah, well, I don't think it was really a quad sack on purpose, because it did start off as the exact same players they were going for before. They do try and get those people through onto truck side and make some space, and then they just had to salvage by going on to, but I do love the fact that Froyo are trying stuff like that. This isn't stuff that you see from any EU team. Both Witness and TF2 Easy, when they ended up on each other's last doing this exact hold in the grand finals, we would just see pretty much double sacks trying to land on top of the medic or go high enough so that the sentry couldn't see you. Froyo are really trying some innovative stuff with this trade through lower, trying to get through truck side free and make space for your team to just take that entire side. Every time they've been doing that, they have been getting the gun down, but they just haven't been converting the pushes afterwards. But they've been so close every time, and I think if Witness keep giving them opportunities, eventually that nut is going to crack. Witness need to be on the enemy half of map a lot more than they have been so far in regulation.
Yeah, it does seem to be the way of things, but Witness Gaming here, do you reckon there's a special formula they need to pull out on mid? What do you reckon the strategy is coming into the next mid fight bump?
Oh, I mean, difficult to say. These mids have been very chaotic. Both teams have been actually winning them out and then just unable to convert. It's pretty tricky to understand how good each team's mid fights are, considering we've just ended up on last every time with a big 0-0 scoreline at the end of it. Like, we've even had opportunities for those full ad conversions, but neither team has been able to actually convert one. Like, Froyo put that level 1 sentry on point and put a dispenser in the old sentry spot, like on the bucket, and Witness just seemed completely dumbfounded by that.
Yeah, very, very weird thing that just occurred, but we're going to see what they can kind of pull out here, because we kind of see some normal meta stuff usually on mid fights. It's going to be one of the two. It's either going to be the crunchy mid that they pull out, where they just go full send it with Silentes and Papi. They just land on Mei and see if they can get Mula out of the fight, or they're just going to go for this very slow and controlled mid that we saw both other times. But I mean, the longer you wait around, the more time it feels like they've got time for Jay to just bust in.
Well, Toe's still happy after 30 minutes on his own last. He's a cheery little cherub, giving a smile to the camera. Meanwhile, Arek's a lot more stone-faced and serious over there.
Yeah, Arek looks like he's just spent the last 30 minutes trying to push against Ixie Engineer on Snakewater. That's how excited he looks right now. He's like Twitch chat, probably. Resident Sleeper all over the place. But yeah, all we've got to look at is this next mid fight, because it could decide the whole thing. And I feel like Jay, he's found so many nice bombs, you can't help but think he's just going to do the same thing again.
Yeah, I think in general on the mids, Mei has been surviving a bit more than Mula. Jay has been getting in deep and managing to get those frags off a lot of the time, as you mentioned. And it's so important in the mid fight to just win it out in the Golden Cap. We've been having so much importance on these mid fights with so many round resets, and now, of course, coming into the Golden Cap. But, I mean, if you don't convert off of the mid fight, we've seen pretty convincing ones either way, and if the teams aren't able to convert, there's still a chance for Witness to do round resets in the Golden Cap even.
Yeah, if Witness Gaming manage to take this game as well, it's worth noting that we will be going to our map number 4 in this series at least. So, I mean, we've got a long time going forwards that we could see from both these teams, but we saw a 3-2, which is as close as you can get on product, and now we see a 0-0, which you can describe as close or incredibly boring, but we do actually have both teams in the server smacking their F4 button, and we're on the way to another mid, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Golden Cap for map number 2. Can we get some noise for these teams, ladies and gentlemen, heading into this mid? Domo is going to be yonking up that pack very quickly into this mid, slightly ahead of Habib, and Habib is a little bit weak coming in here as well. Oh, super aggressive from Domo all the way across the point early. Habib going super weak, and Papi is on the offensive already, top left as they're taking it, but froyotech taking a very slow and controlled mid so far. Banny's pumping it across, and Jay also on that high ground as Paddy gets flung in the air. Silentes in lower onto Mei, can't quite find the kill. Jay's waiting for an arrow desperately as the rest of Witness Game are going to try and pick up what they can. Ixie's getting chucked in the air, absolutely destroyed. Players fall all over the place. Habib has in fact gone down during all of this though, and it looks like Witness Gaming needs to make a retreat happen. Lots of damage though, so there could be a chase from froyotech.
Yeah, that just wasn't really the mid-Witness were looking for. They were playing it so slow, and yet still managed to bait Silentes off the back of his bomb. He was pretty much solo onto Mei, didn't have enough rockets to follow it up, and then they're just playing a slow 5v6 fight. Witness trying to bomb forwards and get frags onto anyone that's low, but They just lost their lives for that, and at least both teams keep their 100%. Both teams actually on a spy, maybe just checking for each other's spy, but no, it looks like Arek has walked out of spawn. He's committed to it. But Ixie, he's got to know. He's been checking in the forward spawn. He knows all about Arek's plan.
Yeah, he's moving in through lower. Currently, he's going to be going up to that high ground. Let's see if he can get the stab. I mean, Mula is definitely one of the hardest medics to backstab. Look at how he is moving. He is spinning around constantly, but Arek's coming on bridge, and it looks like Mula hasn't been aware, but he's spinning so much that he can't get him. Mula is just so on the ball all the time.
Yeah, a nice attempt to distract there from Paddy, but they already knew about the spy. As you mentioned, Mula's just always spinning around like a crack addict. He's just not going to get spotted by that knife. And eventually, nothing really matters. Like, Arek is just going to be able to respawn. They have the same exact scenario again this time. He's on the sniper, though.
Yeah, let's see if Arek can get some snipes. Arek has been known for his snipers, so see what he can do here, making his way in towards the mid. Going to get a little buff from his medic and make his way into lower. And of course, lower and grass has not really been utilized all that much so far. We've just seen Froyo kind of shoving on towards Sora and trying to bully them out, but they haven't really done that spread onto grass kind of play.
Yeah, I mean, this is also just such an expected play. As you see, Domo's seen it already. I was just going to mention, Jay tried this earlier, and it's just such a flow chart play, like, oh, a scout has died. I wonder if he'll spawn on sniper, and Witness are so ready for it. They do take down Arek once again. I don't think they were going to give him any opportunities with an angle there. So now we're going to have to see froyotech try their third attempt. They've tried the spy, they've tried the sniper. It's got to be something else.
Yeah, and Pappy in the meantime has already gone back all the way to spawn and has picked up that battalion's backup again. So he's going to be building that one up. Looks like they're going to try and get that built and then go for a trade and then get back into mid using the battalions, and that's going to be the way forwards. But that is an extremely slow strategy, so we could be here for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I mean, he's only got 3 minutes to build it up. He's still at 0%. Froyo are giving him no opportunities to spam them and actually build up that damage, which is very smart by them. And we did actually see the banner work out very well last time it was utilized. He only got it off once in this map, but it was a pretty big deal when he did so on this point exactly. And Paddy has actually tried to bomb in here. He's not going to be able to get the frag. There's a scout trying to follow it up, but he's also going to go down. Jay has sped on the flank as well at the exact same time. Still just 1v1'd him and saw Habib nearly gets a trap kill onto Pappy, but it's a 6v3. They are just going to be able to flood into mid here. Toe, he's in so deep. He wants to take this Uber, but Mula's not on him. The Uber comes out of Froyo, and now Mula's trying to milk this, save the Uber, makes it all worth it. 100% advantage. Froyo aren't able to go any further. They're in defense mode now. Habib setting up the sticks as the Uber is inevitable from Witness.
Considering how much damage Tomas and Ixie just took there, they ate 3 pipes from Habib, and looks like Mula still doesn't use. He is just reading this game like an absolute book, and now they have this huge advantage to use to get towards mid. But like we said before, Snakewater mid is not an easy one to take and usually ends up with a bit of flip-flopping before teams decided where they're going to land. But do you manage to get kind of cleanly in towards Saw? But Jay is holding it super close. There are stickies currently out. They use the Uber through the doorway. A little bit juggled as Domo, desperately trying to find anything he can, but they find nothing here, Bum.
Yeah, they tried to go for a catch Uber, but they just find absolutely nothing. Froyo doing the perfect bait. They hold close and they all manage to skedaddle. Now it's their turn and they drop Banny from the Uber with the pipe. Nice job from Domo. He tries to jump out, but he won't be able to. He's going to get followed up onto, and now it's a demo for a scout trade. Sill's bombing back in, doing massive damage. Ixie's running this all the way over the point as well, but we still remain in a 5v5. Witness Gaming do have a slight Ubercharge advantage, but it's not going to be relevant in this fight. They just need to win it out on DM alone.
They're pushing them all the way back across this point. It is currently even players in this fight, but it looks like Witness Gaming are going to opt to leave as May is going to be healing up his team a little bit better there, and the health also going a little bit down on Witness Gaming. So heading back out of the point here, Domo is going to receive his heals, and froyotech are just going to post up, layer up their stickies, and wait for them to get Uber.
Yeah, I think it's the right call by Witness. You don't want to hang around in the lion's nest for too long and just get punished for it when you could take the safe play, get back out with your Ubercharge advantage. But it seems they're trying to be even safer than that, and they're just calling it even, letting May get this one. There's 30 seconds left on the clock. They don't want to risk anything at all. They want to go for a round reset. They have confidence in their mid fights to just try and get a round rolling off of that, whereas there'd be very little momentum if they did have to trade into mid.
Yeah, looks like now Puppy getting forced all the way back through Cheese. Still is going to get a taste of that Uber, and so is Toba J. Bombing in super deep. He is onto Bats. Gets on top of Ixie. A nice rocket for him. Does manage to take it down, but he's going to trade out here. Banny is also going to go down the back lines. Nice arrow from May onto Domo to take down the Demo Man, and that could change things. Paddy on the high ground. Air shot from Celentes. What a shot from him. And now they're going to be trying to take down as many players as he can. Can he find the rockets? He certainly can. Habib is going to eat so much damage. He goes down. We're going to a round reset.
Still hitting game-changing air shots in grand finals of Insomnia on Snakewater second. If he doesn't hit that shot, Paddy's guaranteed killing May there, and that changes the fight entirely. Or sorry, Paddy's guaranteed killing Moolah there. But no, still manages to keep him alive. They win the fight out afterwards. Here we go. We've got another attempt on the mid-fight. Witness, will they be able to convert this one finally?
Domo heading into the mid once again. Habib is a little bit lagging behind as Domo is doing such a good job of getting into these mids super fast. Habib getting battered at the start of this mid. Witness game, it looks like they're going to go for a crunchy over left side. Bombing in super deep. Jay is onto the medic and does manage to find it. And now it's looking really, really good for froyotech. The get still enters as well. But in the meantime, May does go down. Soldiers flying all over the place. Jay down to a slither of HP. And Pappy taking that fight in the low ground. Does manage to find the kills. Frags getting traded here, there, and everywhere. But Ixie and Thomas left alive. And if I was Paddy, I would be really pissing myself in this corner.
Yeah, he absolutely is. He's pre-firing rockets to the ground, just hoping they're not chasing him. He's got to try and jump his way out. But Toe and Ixie, they take him down together, and they do have a small advantage for Moolah. May died first, or sorry, Moolah died first on the mid-fight, so will be coming up with that tiny little advantage, and we'll see how good Witness are at building this, see if they can make it worth a little bit more, if they can get into second. They do finally have an opportunity to be on the enemy side of the map. It's been so long since they've seen these red colors, but they are actually just chilling back on mid for now.
Yeah, I mean, they have to try and come up with the game plan here for what they're going to do, but we have seen Witness Gaming in the past. They just try and frustrate their enemies. They play as slow as humanly possible, try and make Froyo make those mistakes, force them to try and make plays, and then catch them when they're out of position. So, going to be chilling out, but the only downside to this is if froyotech is holding their second for such a long period of time, they can get those off-classes if they like, but they want to take the time. Celentes is going to check to see what off-classes they have available. He's going to find nothing at all, swap back into Soldier, start heading back to the fray.
Yeah, he is on the Beggar's Bazooka, in fact. The dumpster device is coming out. We've seen it from him once before. Unfortunately, was unable to get those synchronized rockets into seeds in the previous game to get that sweet instant kill, but we'll see. We'll see. He has the sack set up. What he's going to do is jump high off of this pipe up on the right-hand side. He's in the air. He's landing right on top of the med, but he doesn't get the rockets off.
It's such a cool strategy when you see it in action, just flying into the air, gets as much high as he needs, and the only way of denying that was with a crisp air shot and a scout.
I mean, it seemed like May fully expected it. They made so much distance to their regular holding position to get away from that one, and now they are trying to use the Uber into mid off of this one frag advantage, but they are just getting juggled in the sky. Jay is going to crater here. Both Ubers have been wasted, and still has the forward spawn to rejoin the fight a little faster. Paddy's trying to bomb in. He's going to get taken down as well. May's been taken so low. He's just managing to survive, and he does get taken down. Arik goes down too. Habib as well. Vanny is the sole survivor. He's running back to last, but Witness are chasing. They are hungry. They're already on last. They're trying to put them in the bin. Don't let them get out of the spawn door. They're capping up second. They already have people on the point. Jay is bombing on to try and block it. We're going to a third map. Witness, take us to 1-1.
What a push from Witness. Amazing stuff from them, just carrying it all the way through second, knowing that they can get this one. Incredible Golden Cap. The patience was amazing from Witness Gaming. They took their time with that one. One round in around 40 minutes, Bum. 40 minutes!
And look how happy Coach Kado is. It's the first time they've taken a map off of Froyo in this event, and they managed to pull it out in the grand final. This is excellent for their momentum. They've got Gully Wash coming up next. It's a map we haven't seen much of at this LAN at all. Both these teams have been banning it out up until this point, so we have no clue how it's going to go.
No clue at all how Gully Wash is going to go going forwards, but massive props to Witness taking their first ever map off of froyotech here, and they've got to be feeling the pain on this one, to be honest. Last map was close, and Viaduct is their most confident map, but it was that close that you got to be feeling the pressure if you're Froyo at this point in front of an EU crowd.
Yeah, I mean, they were just struggling all game. They had it so close. Now they have a bit of taste of what it feels like to be Witness yesterday, to always be on the edge of getting that, and they just aren't able to convert in the end. We are ready to throw it over to our analyst. Turbo, take it away.
Oh, your analyst. Well, I like it, but I'm afraid I'm going to need some help here, boys. I'm going to need some help, so I'm going to have to look out once more. Yes, it's this old chestnut. We're going out to the crowd to find a new person for the sofa. It was a sort of grand exchange. Who can we find? I actually spotted someone earlier that I wanted. Where has he gone? He's actually hiding. Where is he? Moralexi, hello? I picked you out earlier, son. Where are you, boy? He's over there. He's by the bar. God damn you TF2 players. All right, fine. Oh, he's over here. You're over here, boys. I found you. You're over here. And you've even got Josh as well. That's even better. Okay, boys, come on. Join me on the sofa here. Come on. You okay, buddy? Do you want to hold my hand? It's all right. It's okay. Guys, I don't want you to get lost. There we go. Oh, hey. Well, isn't this a lovely grand final? Man, your palms are sweaty. Okay. Boys and girls, I don't really tell you who these people are, but if you're living under a rock, you know, we've got Josh from TF2 Easy. We have Moralexi from TF2 Easy. Practically the shadows to this Witness gaming lot. They are like the shadow cabinet to these politicians, and they are here to criticize, I think, and critique all these players and just see and pick down. Boys, you've been paying attention to the games?
Enough.
You too, Josh? Ooh.
I've seen all I need to know.
Okay, so was there anything at all that you were kind of like a bit picky about? Was there any sort of confusing gameplay you were seeing when you were watching the game?
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first? I think you need to unleash yourself. You want me to unleash myself? There's no unleashing myself. Listen, this is the first time Witness have taken a map off Froyo all that. Right, PCWs are PCWs, scrims or whatever you want to call them. However, a result is a result. And if you don't take the advances against Froyo, you don't win. And let's be honest, they only got that because Froyo gifted it to them. They took a shite trade, and it was a really bad situation post-trade. And that was the only way they were able to roll them all the way to last. Now, you saw what was happening in the normal game, and Froyo were dominant. They were in control of the whole map. When they were, even on that last stalemate, now, Witness are very good at holding last. Their Sunshine hold is incredible. Yeah. The Snakewater hold is incredible. I'd say their Gully hold is pretty really good as well. Yeah. Like, and that is because of the man they've got who's like coaching them at the minute. Where's he gone?
Huh?
Oh, he's disappeared right now. You know, he's gone there. He's coaching them. You know who I'm talking about. Everybody does. However, the problem is he's bringing back a style that's really bad to TF2. And that's not what we want to see.
He said it. Oh, right. Oh, you guys are finished? Oh, right. Well, I thought I was the host, I didn't know.
I'm sorry, have you fallen asleep watching them?
Yeah, no. I don't want to interrupt the nice little flow here of the conversation.
Those muscles weighing you down.
I guess it was a really good question. It really set you on a long path. Anyway, all right. So was there any sort of particular... I know you were talking quite in a group narrative here, but was anyone on froyotech was kind of like maybe dropping the ball a little bit, in your opinion, in going into this map? Yeah, you boys did tell me you like to BM. So I'm kind of gifting this to you.
You want to give us that gift?
All right, so come on, tell me. Who's dropping the ball?
What, do you believe anyone on Froyo is actually dropping the ball that
or
game?
Is anybody on Witness dropping the ball? Is anyone dropping any balls?
What we were saying earlier is that it feels a lot like the minds and control of Bani versus the salvage of Sil right now. But that was before the Golden Cap. And after the Golden Cap, I feel maybe there was a bit of a ball dropped on the Froyo side. Maybe. That's why that trade happened. Maybe that's why we're in this situation. But also, it's like, we've had this situation where you take advantage of what you have when you're against Froyo.
and Witness have managed to keep themselves to a 0-0. When realistically we were saying like it should have been maybe 2-1, 3-1 for Froyo in having those mid fights when those second fights went. But they're last told exactly whether that's because of who they have behind them or because of themselves. It's gone well enough for them to the point where they've managed to take the win on this map, and we've got actually a much better series coming.
Yeah, there was a couple of chances there where Froyo, when they did the dry bust on the left-hand side onto last, because they were stuck on last for at least probably 10 to 15 minutes, where they got in, they got the gun, they got a pick, and then instead of just trying to get the force out, they ended up going for the trade. Now, the trade is good, because Banny has very, very good trades. You've seen it on Viaducts, his trades are phenomenal. Tomas's trades are also as phenomenal. I'm not dissing Witness in this regard. I cannot dismiss Witness, especially because I know how good Tomas is. I've been dicked by him enough online to know how good he is.
Fair play.
However, Froyo was so dominant within that 30 minutes that the scoreline did not feel like it justified how they played, which is why it doesn't feel like it was a good result to me.
Oh.
You know, when we lost the grand final, the semi-final, and then we instantly went to go on PCW like Froyo, there was no need for us not to go on PCW Froyo. We're never going to get the opportunity to play them again. It's not a case of it was ready for the main stage anyway. The second we were finished the semi-final, Valorant was still on anyway.
Yeah.
So there was no reason why we shouldn't have PCW Froyo.
Yeah.
They had been sat there all day watching games. You know, not even the greatest of games ever either. They deserved a warm-up, you know, and they've come out pretty strong as far as I'm aware.
All right, fair
From
play,
what I've
fair play.
seen.
All right, okay,
They
so it sounds like you are very much favouring Furio's chances, especially from that map that we've seen. Obviously, you're not totally convinced by this Witness gaming performance. Let's maybe look into our map picks and see what we've got coming up. Maybe the map coming up might change your mind about things about Witness gaming, or maybe it will add even more credence to this Froyo performance. So just to remind everyone, we will be going into our Gully Wash map. That will be a pick from froyotech. Boys.
You want me to go on this one? Listen. Right. You understand the Froyo style. It's very aggressive. It's very micro advantage. Gully, because of how narrow and small the map is, it plays into them so well.
Yeah, it is basically. I think it's quicker to get to that last point than it is to get to that second point sometimes.
It's similar to Viaducts in that sense. Obviously, they've only got. Sorry, that was. I didn't mean to break the.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
But you see, with Viaducts, because the map was so small. It's a similar situation with Gully Wash, and it's a similar situation with Metal. Metal's a little bit similar to Granary in that sense because it's a bit bigger. However, because it's an American-dominated map, you've got to really bring some strategy to the fore about it. Now, like I said before the grand final, we're the only team to take maps off Froyo before this grand final. You know, we took 3 maps off them, and every map before we played Witness, they saw what map we beat Froyo on, and they banned it instantly. And then Froyo ended up banning Process because of it, which I really don't agree with, because Froyo are really good on Process. Fantastic mids and fantastic aggressive players. I do think they could have, Process would have been, fitted into their style well, along with Gully Wash compared to Snake. Snake fits the Ascent or the Witness style really well because it's a really long map, it's a really slow map, and they can drag it out really well.
So, Moralexi, I mean, basically what I'm hearing here is Gully Wash is a wash for Froyotech.
If you look at playstyles alone, you think that. Absolutely, but you do have to remember the Silentes factor, and Silentes doesn't lose Gully Wash.
Do you believe in a man like Silentes? Can one man bring an entire team to its knees, Josh?
What, you think Sil can carry against Froyo? You're asking Sil to carry against a man who's won, what, NA, how many times? How many times he's built up that team?
I'm not asking if that man can beat that man. I'm saying, can one man bring an entire team down?
No.
Okay, well, there you are. So that will be kind of at the end of our sofa segment for now.
It's like you said at the start of this game.
Yep.
I don't know if it was you or if it was the casters. Sil's the only man who's gone up on this grand stage against Froyo before.
Correct.
And Sil is fantastic as a player.
Uh-huh.
Like, he is the reason we've done counter strats against Sil. Like, you look at our playbook, a couple of our strats are counters to him. He's a fantastic player, I'll never diminish that. However, you can't be relying on one man to take it against a team like Froyo.
Fair play.
Arik is unbelievable. Banny is it's amazing to watch. It's amazing
Right,
to
wrap
watch
it up
Banny.
here, Josh. Wrap it up here. I'm trying to throw to some casters.
I mean, there's not exactly players
Throw to
behind us,
some-
is
maybe
there?
not some casters. Throw to a break here. All right, okay. It looks like we've all ranted out, we've all got our opinions out, and we're all ready to go to a quick little
we're here
break.
till half.
Whoa, slow down, Irishman. We're going to a break. Mark my words. We'll see you then. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. We are continuing our coverage here of the grand final here at I69, and, well, we have come back from a break. You're getting the flow of this now. It comes back to me. I throw it to my lovely casters over here, Bum and Lucky, and they show you another fun little map of Team Fortress 2. Take it away, guys.
Thank you very much, Turbo. Here we are, ready after a 1-1 in Product and Snakewater. We're going to get ready to go to Gully, which we haven't seen at all from these teams yet. They have been banning it out all of this time so far in the tournament, and this is going to be our first glimpse of Gully in Fro versus Witness.
Yeah, super excited to see Gully Wash on the main stage, especially since we've not seen Witness Gamer play it all that much. So going to be excited to see how they're going to pull this one out and why it's been a map that's been banned so many times for them. And froyotech going to be picking up this map in the map picks and bans, so clearly favoring this one. So we'll see how it's going to roll out. But what do you think, Bum? What are you feeling?
I'm feeling like, as Josh and Morale were mentioning on the desk, this does favor the Froyo playstyle quite a lot. It's such a fast map, very tight chokes and etc. But that's Sil's playground as well. And Witness have been so dominant on this in Europe in the main season. So we'll see. They have a massively high win rate on this map, but can they manage it versus the Americans as well? We are here already into Gully Wash. There's a huge fast double bomb from Pappy and Sil. They already get the med.
Oh my god, that's insane. They get 3, and Muller is just out of there. He's not even waiting around. But the rest of froyotech, they're on the chase. They don't want to let Muller get out of this one for free. He's going to be moving up to that high ground. Amazing positioning there from Muller. But Paddy is now well aware, but goes for the wrong door. And a nice pipe from Domo is going to defend his medic there. So now froyotech are going to try to hold on to the second point as much as they can without having any heals.
Yeah, they've got so much space on the map at the very least, but they're not going to be able to cap up second here. They don't really want to lose any frags on the way out as well, because they need everyone around May to build up this uber charge, get themselves back. They do finally clear these stickies on the side of Witness Gaming. They're going to be rolling forwards towards middle now. May is already up to 30% back in their own choke. And Witness just need to be careful about this trap, which Habib does spring onto Pappy immediately.
And now Witness Gaming are going to be still having 50% advantage, but they are playing an extremely slow game here. They are not really looking to push whatsoever here, Bum. They are absolutely chilling out, getting players buffed. Is this a repeat of what we saw in Snakewater?
I mean, it's kind of weird to see a mid where you end up with 100% advantage and you end up on your own second and you just completely ignore the fact that you can take mid entirely. So yeah, maybe we are seeing that Snakewater playstyle of theirs creep into the other maps in the pool as well. Gully Wash, they are going to be slowing down here. Everything's even already. And we'll see what the move is for Froyo from here. They need to be the ones making the move. They can try rotating their combo to big door, overwhelm the flank, something like this. And it does look like that's exactly what they're about to do, as Habib does drop down into big door. Paddy's trying to jump through.
Yeah, it's now been spotted out that Pappy is actually using that battalion's backup. So he's building that by choke. And he's going to be trying to get that one as fast as possible. Paddy's looking like he wants to go for some kind of sack attempt in through big door, holding that door super close, but Domo's pretty much well aware, so he's going to be layering up the stickies all over the place, and Arik just managed to slip in behind.
Yeah, they've got Arik into lower, he's back on last, and now they can try and do some kind of sandwich play, get Arik to come in and frag from behind while someone bombs through big door maybe. They've actually got Paddy in behind as well, and Jay has launched himself in through the choke. These flankers are also going to recombine onto Mula, but he's just so healthy, he's surfing everything away. Arik has a sliver of health and he gets taken down too. They've lost 3 from froyotech. Pappy's already in onto mid. Habib's jumping him up on the point, but he's going to lose his life for it. And now Froyo are stuck in elbow. They're going to need to use to get out of this one. Will they be able to get anything with it? Banny gets launched sky high. They're onto Mula. Mula has no no one to heal, but he does now reconnect with a scout. Banny is trying to stay in on mid while everyone else chases Mei. Toe is just onto Mei on the low ground. He gets the frag. Banny on mid is running behind in the meantime. He's not able to mimic the success, and he will be just stuck behind while the rest of Witness Gaming are able to take this one forward. But Paddy just suicides onto a trap left by Domo, and this is looking good for Witness.
What an incredible chase from Pappy onto that midpoint. He just leapt in, made sure Habib couldn't get out, ended up getting him dropped from the overcharge, and Mei has to use on Banny. But Banny there, deciding he's going to jump back into the mid-fight rather than escorting his medic back out of the fight was a pretty suicidal play, because now they're in a situation where 75% Uber to Mula currently. They're going to have an ad for Laos.
Yeah, I think it was a good idea from Banny. Like, if he does just try to leave, I think they both die. Maybe he tries to lose his own life to salvage the medic, but didn't work out that way in the end. Banny has also been sniped down, and there is a massive advantage coming up for Mula any second now. They want to take this before Banny respawns. They pop it through the shutter. There is the Arik Pyro to deal with. He's just blasting them in this door, and Silentes gets rolled trying to jump into the fight from behind. Ixie and Silk now both
through water. There's so much cap time, but they can't do anything else about it. Domo and Mula are just going to escape this fight in the end. It's going to be the rest of Froyo retreating and making sure they can get up and through River. They're going to be claiming this second point, but that cap time was so close from Tomas. It's such a heads-up play.
Yeah, so close, but not close enough. Mei now has the Ubercharge advantage to move into middle. Froyo want to be taking more of this advantageous space on the map. They don't want to be back on their own last, where Witness have plenty of plays like that, the sneaky water ones that they could just steal around at any time, and here they go. They're actually in through drop down as they do use the Uber through choke at the same time. This is the perfect counterplay to Witness's mid hold. They do take down both soldiers, and they're running this into second. Mula's stuck up above the point, 95%. He's going to be getting this one soon. They just don't have the players to force him out. And now Jay, he's bombing up, he gets the force, and that's so massive. Everyone else has already skedaddled. This Uber's going to kill nothing.
Still pretty surprised about that Ubercharge even coming out. Mula did not take a lick of damage, and he wasn't defending his players from the Uber, but looks like Habib is now in with the rest of froyotech. They're going to be dashing into the rest of this point here, just trying to lock them down, trying to force them into a corner, but Mula's having to stand up there. He's getting run down. He's out there with 3 players. Doesn't manage to slip in behind the point. Banny has the high ground with a soldier. Nice dash from Paddy. Hits him into the dirt. Pappy eats bricks, and now it's going to be Ixie retreating back to the choke. Just hit a nice surf and escapes onto mid. Jay is going to be dealing with him, but looks like Froyo are going to be able to claim the second point.
Yeah, and Mula living means all but nothing when he still has this colossal disadvantage. Froyo, we're going to see their first attempt at an ad push into last. We'll see if they can convert this. Pappy is only just going to be respawning. This gun is only just going up as well, as Mei does have the Uber. It looks like they're ready to take it through water. They are walking this one forwards with Habib and Paddy in Riverside. In fact, Mei is stalling a bit. They're just waiting this one. Every second, Mula is going to get closer to Uber. If they manage to let him collect that in the spawn door, this could be a disaster.
This is the longest time that it's ever taken. They are stacking up, but looks like they are just going for a bit of a water push instead. They didn't want to take the super ad in. Maybe they didn't really know about it, but looks like Silentes is there to deal with Paddy immediately. The scout has been caught in water, and they're immediately dashing onto this point to make sure that Arik can't get that cap in. Looks like Domo's trying to lock him out. He does receive an arrow in river, and Arik's going to see if he wants to go out of this or stay in, and it looks like the choice is going to be that he's going to stay in here. Running up towards the point. He's in onto the point. Cap time is coming down, but he's set aflame by Tomas.
Yeah, Mei just gave him a cheeky little buff there, and he decided to go back for the water play once again. There wasn't much by way of support from the rest of the Froyo players. It's just kind of Arik trying to YOLO the point, and the Pyro does take that down. And now we have another one of these staple Witness last holds. The gun is up in the position they want it to be in, and Paddy has jumped forwards into water. He's actually able to take that 1v1 versus Sil down there, gets a nice frag. That's a very important pick to have, because these soldiers need to be able to guard the ring to block the point. Banny is now snuck his way down into lower toe. Is a sliver of health. He's going to get taken down. It's a 4v6 now. Froyo are just applying the pressure cooker to Witness. Domo is trying to do whatever he can with the loose cannon here onto them in Riverside, and it's so weird. The Uber is out on the point as they still lose Domo anyway. This is just a disaster for Witness. Froyo are rolling this one forwards. They're unable to find Mula. He's just dodging and juking around, but that won't matter too much. Mei and Banny already on the point. The spawners are actually here, and they do manage to push them back just for a second. Sil Steal is now
There's
wrapping.
Morty,
He's got
gets
the
them all.
frags.
He's finding them all here. Banny burns to death, and Arik is going to find Silentes in the end, but onto Doma. Arik gets in. 2-shot from him, currently on a 3K. Finds 60 as well, nearly finds another. It's one man standing, and that's Mula, and he's not going to be able to defend this point, and it's going to be 1-0 to froyotech on Gullywash.
Yeah, nice job from Froyo. Eventually they take it. They were just applying so much pressure from all angles. Every time Witness dealt with something, they had another obstacle to deal with, and they just failed it over and over again. Froyo eventually win out the battle of attrition, and we do go into this second mid.
Just like we've got Domo heading in nice and quickly in towards that point, firing the first stick towards Big Door, just trying to get that spam down, but the scout pressure is there. He's forced all the way back. And I've got bombs coming in. Pappy actually whiffs his bomb, hitting the lamp there. So both soldiers trading out here, but 2 going down for Witness Gaming. They lose Silentes and Pappy. And now this mid-fight is completely over. Domo looks like he's about to get caught, but does manage to surf away nicely, and it's going to be escaping back towards his medic, but all the players on froyotech are still alive.
Yeah, you combine this, compare this mid-fight to the last one. The 2 soldiers going super fast and instantly killing the medic versus 2 soldiers stuck on the floor for the entire mid and then just failing and dying slowly. And now they do have their own Uber on last. At the very least, they are going to be able to get up this hold that they love so much, but Froyo have already proven that they're pretty adept at breaking this one. Even though they gave up the advantage last time, they were just able to take it on even Stevens.
Yeah, looks like now they're just going to be holding on to this last point. And they've got this power in front of the sentry gun, which does seem to be a little bit of the meta, but we're going to go ahead and say that Gullywash is easier to bust than it is on Snakewater. That gun is not going to cover as many avenues as you think it will. Arik is already in all the way over to water without being pressured whatsoever, so they're going to get 2 players in for free, and it's going to be Habib spanning towards that point. They do have Syl just holding the back of that point, so this play is going to be pretty much thwarted, but I love seeing this loose cannon on Domo. It does such a good job of just shoving them back in river.
Yeah, and I think the difference between this last hold and the previous one is Pappy on the battalions. Arik, once again, trying to make some space onto point. He does manage to get a frag, but Paddy is going to fall there, trying to make the space as well. So it's a 2-for-1 from Witness, or from Froyo so far, and now the gun still hasn't even gone down. Everyone's just going to be waiting for their spawners.
Yep, it looks like both teams are just going to be relaxing and chillaxing. Ixie's going to start moving the gun, or use the opportunity to move the gun. And Habib's still got those stickies in river. He does not want to go anywhere else, and we have not seen an off-class, but it looks like we've got the patented Arik Pyro.
Interesting. It's nice to see the offensive Pyro into Gullywash last. I guess the play is to get him under the point. You can air blast everyone off in towards last rather than down onto water side. He has been spotted by Silentes already, so they know that this is kind of the angle here. Habib is trying to spam this gun down. In the meantime, he's doing a lot of damage to it, but it's just not enough to take it down. Arik and Paddy now ready to make their play.
Tomas is in onto this point. Looks like they are just trying to air blast him off, get so much cap time down. They do get quite a lot, and the sack comes in. They get the force. They manage to get all the way in. They do take down 2 for it, but that's more than enough. Syl, in fact, did go down in the end, so it's going to be a 2-for-1 plus an Uber for Froyo.
I absolutely love this from Froyo. They look so prepared on Gullywash. They have these set plays set up, and they work perfectly. They get that Pyro to air blast people off the point, and then Paddy just jumps over from behind the Pyro, gets a free force onto Mula. Now they have this 100% ad to work with, and we're going to see where they take it from. They do look to be moving forwards now. Pappy doesn't quite have this battalions. As I say that, he just gets it up, so he will be blowing this before the push comes in. That will at least dampen the damage of Froyo, but they have a whole Uber to use. They do take the sentry gun down immediately. The Pyro is still keeping them at bay just a little bit, and there's stickies all over this point. The banner is out. They do have that health extra to deal with all the incoming Froyo attackers, and they are doing so easily.
Looks like they're just going to repel them massively here. Silentes with some nice shots. He's going to take down a whole bunch of players, but it's going to be May and Habib retreating out second. Nice little cone trap there from Habib, so we'll see what he does with that one, but it's like going forwards now. It looks, and Witness Gaming are going to be making their way out onto second. They do spot that cone and just shove it out of the way, knowing Habib's trickery with that one.
Yeah, the banner just made so much difference there in that last fight. Pappy has switched off of it now, but it was very impressive to see that working out, and now they do try to use into middle. Domo is going deep. He does find this frag onto Pappy, but it's all they're going to get with the Uber. If he had not flubbed that very first jump, it could have gone so much better, but unfortunately, that is how the cookie crumbles. Sometimes Froyo have flip-flopped. They're ready to come straight back into mid.
Yeah, so they're going to try and muscle their way through choke. They avoid all of that spam, and Looks like now they're even thinking twice about this one. Pappy gets there and they just run with their tails between their legs, but they are now having this full Uber finally come to fruition. They're going to get ready for this one and see how they want to go. So Jay's going to go for drop down. Banny just goes for a straight with the Uber, but gets dropped from the Uber straight away. Domo finds the stickies, and now Silentes currently on the high ground, and he could bomb down. They don't know about it. He's still there. That's insane that he's not doing anything. Bombs in high, coming down onto Arek, and fights the nice direct. Takes him down. Now onto May, shoves him onto the low ground, but Jay is there to respond.
Damn, we always talk about Sil and the impact his mechanics have. The beautiful rockets onto Arek there. Maybe not finding exactly what they wanted, but who cares? Mula has this Ubercharge advantage anyway. They're going to be running this one through drop down. They've already made all the space they need to cover, but they have forced off here on the low ground. The rest of Witness aren't really ready to get into the fight and help them out here. They've just kind of wasted off the Uber. They do get that frag onto Jay, who's trying to bomb out, but the rest of Froyo are hungry. They're ready to repush this.
Yeah, the post-Uber positioning was not great from Witness, and now they don't have point presence, but they're bombing forwards, trying to do as much damage as they can. Habib is currently stuck on the other side of the map away from his team, but that doesn't matter since the scouts are currently cleaning house on
Sil again, he's
Sil's
in
but absolutely not, says Habib. Takes him down, dominating now into Silentes, and they do take down Mula in the end. Arek finds that one. Thomas taking a 1v4 on this mid, and he's not going to be able to find too much, down to 56 health, and eventually goes down.
Yeah, that's just so nice from Froyo, able to deal with absolutely everything that Witness throw at them, and they have a colossal Ubercharge advantage. Mula's only just going to be spawning. This sentry is not in the ideal place or ideal level. Habib is already placing this first sticky to just be bombing straight into it. He sent Mula sky high. They could catch him here. He does get into spawn eventually, but they've already fragged both the soldiers. Domo's stickies are pretty much the last thing standing on this point as the spawners are trying to get out on the off classes. Paddy's already onto Domo. Here we go. It's going to be another round to Froyo.
Very, very nice push, all in all, from froyotech there. Excellent, excellent job. Getting that second point on the board for them. froyotech looking super strong on this one, like you mentioned, Bum, with the set plays. As we do actually have 14 seconds, this map is ticking down, and it is going to be a froyotech victory, or not. That map's wrong. This one's fine. 15 minutes remaining, ladies and gentlemen. I lied. So currently 2-0, and Witness Gaming heading into the next bit. Domo laying up those stickies. He's going to be bombing across here. Jay getting flung all over the place. It looks like down to 100 health. Takes that 1v1. Does win it out against Silentes in the end. Paddy going down as well on his bomb against Thomas, but Ixie cleans up Jay in the corner, taking the next 1v1, but no, Arek is there just to shut him down, but it looks like Witness Gaming all the way across the point here. Domo is currently trying to do as much as he can to stem the bleeding as they're trying to come across this point currently, and looks like Pappy now going to be bombing across all the way across the side, and he is trying to make a flank sort of occur here on this mid fight, but it's taking so long for them to do anything that both teams are probably going to get their Uber here. May up to 95% so far, and they are just forcing them out very slowly. Bomb comes in. Well, can he land the rockets? The answer is no. Silentes, though, does get taken down in the end.
Yeah, eventually the Ubercharge is forced out of May, though, and that Mula will have a 100% advantage ready to come back in here when the spawners are up. They are going to have to wait for Pappy and Silentes, but I do like the chances of Witness being able to come back from this one. They were pretty successful in getting through into middle, but they just didn't have enough spawns the last time they attempted this. Now they have all 6 of them ready and raring to go. They might just try a catch Uber again. They are going to do that. Domo again flubs the jump, though. They're not able to find anything off of the back of that. They find Paddy. The 2 soldiers are able to salvage something at least, but these catches coming from Big Door aren't really working out that well.
It looks like they are just going to have to sit back on mid. May is actually going to get the supercharge up to 90% already, so they're building this super fast, and Paddy's going to catch his respawner and start to meet the fray, but he's likely going to come in from Big Door, and looks like they are coming through the choke, and into drop down goes Jay once again. Sil is there to meet him this time, but Sil and Jay taking that 1v1. Jay is too weak. He can't come back up drop down. He's stuck, and he goes down, and now the Uber situation is looking a lot more dire for Froyo. One player currently being down, but they must the way in. They just use out this Uber straight away, and they're just trying to catch whatever they can in this choke point. They do find Domo in the corner, take him down. Ixie might be next, and he is stuck between a rock and a hard place, and he goes down also. They lose Pappy. That's 3 players going down the side of Witness.
Witness just thought they could fight that way too much. They were like expecting to be able to do something. Sil is in here with a block onto mid. He's not going to even be able to get the frag, and there's someone there to follow up as the cap does come in anyway, and in the meantime, Mula has been forced up top. Froyo are just pulling everything out of their basket right now. Thomas is going to go down as well. Pappy's going to get a frag onto Habib, but everything from Witness is crumbling. Domo is at least able to salvage onto Jay. He is, oh my god, he manages to kill Banny as well. That slows things right down. Arik is trying to salvage whatever he can. He's chasing now, but they can just play this safe. They still have a massive advantage anyway. They've built up so many advantages that Domo making a play like that can't even topple the 3 that they had built up for themselves.
Yeah, May up to 80% on the supercharge. This is getting rather risky now for Winners Gaming, and they do not want to let go of any ground at all. In fact, they've said, screw this, we're going to get Tomas, and he's going to go on Pyro. We're going to sit him right in front of the spawn. But no, it looks like they are now going to retreat back out of lobby and not make this risky maneuver, and they're just going to be happy to receive this Uber advantage from May and see what's going to happen here from froyotech, starting to gear up in River. This time around, looks like they are going to be going with this Uber, just getting their players buffed. Habib gets Ubered, goes in onto the sentry gun, gets juggled around all over the place. The gun is still alive. Pyro doing such a good job of defending that one. Heavy now right out in the right-hand side spawn as well. We're seeing players traded out here and there, but Domo, Key is going down here. So it looks like Silentes in the back of water is currently still at large defending the point, but it's going to be a failed push to the end of the day for Froyo.
Yeah, Paddy is getting that kill onto Domo absolutely every time going over the top of the ring, but unable to convert is the rest of froyotech. Now Witness are looking to go with this advantage from top. They are putting Syl on the shutter door as well, just to spam anyone away who's trying to go for the back hat, but they're flooding lobby. 2 scouts in there to try and deal with them, and now they do both get taken down. May is low, running back, but Jay is all the way on the back cap. He's jumping in onto main, in fact. He's trying to go for frags instead, and he doesn't find any. All this time, May has been building up the Uber. They're up to 60% now. Witness are going to make their way through onto second, though, safely without taking any casualties here. They want to go fast, too. Domo already looks to be peeking into middle. They know this is still a small ad, so they are going to be walking this one forward. There is a sniper here from Arik. They are managing to be able to avoid it just for now. Jay is delaying so much. He's putting damage into the back of Domo, and the Uber charge is up for May now, but whether they want to contest middle when they've already given up so much space, I don't think they're going to.
No, it looks like the answer is not going to happen, boys, as May and Mula both have their Ubers available, so they're both going to be chilling out. We should see a bit of a stalemate here, but nope, they're not. They're taking their foot off the gas at all. It looks like they're going to take this Uber and go for that trade, but Habib layers up the stickies in the choke, making it hard for them to escape, and Mula just hops out of that one. But in the meantime, Pappy managed to jump in behind. Syl does the same. This set play is incredible with loads of damage. They pick up Habib on the bomb. May is super weak. Players flying all over those patios in super deep onto the rest of Witness Gaming. They're too weak. They can't escape this one. The claws of Froyo dragging them back into the fray. Syl fighting alone at this choke, trying to take what he can, but Arik finds the kill.
A nice try from Witness, but not good enough. Froyo counterplayed it perfectly. They knew what Pappy was doing behind. They go and chase him down, and then they have both of their own soldiers collapsing on the rest of the entire combo as well, getting all the frags that they required there, and they're ready to run this one forwards. Banny is already trying to peek his way into second, seeing if he can see anything.
Let's see what he can do here. Pappy just on the high ground. They do have a colossal Uber disad, but Ixie, more importantly, is going to be trying to find those angles all over the place. And also, we've got Arik peeking onto Big Door as the Uber just comes through choke. Nice airshot from Silentes there. Just denies that Uber does get flung up into the air, but it's just going to be jumping all the way back. And they're not going to lose a single, as I say that, Tomas does go down. And Banny and Jay are going to be trying to muscle their way in through main.
Mula died in lobby. Paddy's finding an absolutely crucial kill on the tail end of this, and there's so little health between everyone else on Witness. Maybe we are seeing why Gully was such a fearful map for them after we thought it would be such a good map after their results in ETF 12. Habib is going down very, very low under here, but Mula's only just respawned. There's not really any heals to be put onto anyone but the heavy. Everyone's so low. Here we go, Froyo. 3-0 looking dominant on Gully Wash.
Yeah, 3-0 is looking really, really good for them now, Bum. I do not see a way that Witness Game can come back into this despite some form of miracle coming out here, especially since the timing of the rounds has been so, so long, and we're heading into another mid-fight here. Domo's going to be making his way all the way through, and he's making some great time here. Habib is getting there roughly just a tiny bit later. First stick he lands in 2 and just hits 2 directly in the face. Bomber to Habib, takes him down straight away. Silentes finds the kill, and now we've got both soldiers flying in. We've got also Paddy trying to take that point. Jay bombs up and around, does manage to find another frag for himself. Paddy now trying to follow up as much as he can. Good damage into the scout, but he's going to get forced all the way back, and looks like Arik's just trying to do as much damage as he can to these scouts as Paddy comes in behind, gets munched by Ixie and Tomas. The meat grinder is there. Mula goes down though. May, the last man standing, he is going to get caught in front of Big Door.
And May committing that extra split second longer just to try and fire off a bow might be the difference in between him getting out and saving an overcharge advantage and going down there, making things even. But Pappy is already trying to bust through, get ahead of these stickies that Habib has been placing, but he's taking so much damage for it. Banny still has his double jump, so he doesn't crater there. He's still alive in the corner, will get taken down. Ixie's getting bombed now. This is a very chaotic fight. Habib is going to go down, and the heels of Mula and May have both arrived. Whichever team is going to cluster up better here will come out on top, and it looks like Paddy left alone up top is going to be falling. May and Arik back all the way on last. Sil wants to get in here onto the point already. The Pyro, though, has something else to say about that. Banny is right up in their faces trying to push them out.
Yeah, looks like now we've got Silentis going back towards Domo. Has been left alone, however, River without any heals, and Thomas managed to link back up with him, and he was currently on fire, and still looks like he's going to get pushed here. Banny jumping in, though, eats a rocket, and is pushed all the way back. And Domo here is just going to be sitting on that shutter door. Does get taken out by Jay in lobby, though. So what can you do versus that roaming soldier just finding all of the frags here, Bum?
Yeah, I mean, at least Witness are now on enemy last. They do have some set plays that we've seen them use in ETF12 that are quite nice here, but with 3-0 on the scoreboard for froyotech and 6 minutes left on the clock for Witness, we're going to have to see them bring them out pretty quickly. Banny is moving the sentry. This is an opportunity to go if ever they saw one. Toe is just fragging the engineer. This is a very big deal. Now they can't heal the sentry gun. As soon as they find it, it's going to go down. They'll be able to do any sack plays they like onto May, and they have found the sentry gun indeed. So Sil is now ready and waiting in water. Toe is just running through main again, trying to see if anything's about possible for him to frag. Sil is trying to clear Paddy off the ring. He's done so successfully. Now he's able to play the point a little bit. Drags the Pyro onto the point. Jay's been fragged. Everyone else is moving in through the shutter. But Banny is also going to be going down here. Witness do have the slight advantage. Both Ubers are still in play, so the respawns could come in after this trade is popped off for both teams.
Yeah, Froyo here looks like they've got a slightly better Uber as it's lasting a bit longer. And as I say that, actually, it decays, and Habib is going to get dropped from this one. Thomas currently on 6k. Jay looking like he's going down there, losing players all over the place. The wreck is still alive on that Pyro. Banny and Lower as well, just trying the best he can to stop these players from Witness coming forwards, but there are still 4 alive, and they have heals. Focus onto Banny. The shots are there from Thomas for the 7k, but these respawns are coming in. Reflect rockets from Arik, dealing so much damage, but they're going down there on the point. They get so much cap time. They get the round.
They juggle Habib away from the point. It would have been such a huge block. He had just respawned in time, and they hit the air shot to send him flying, unable to get all those stickies down onto the point. Winners, they're finally alive in this game. We need them to be winning this map. Remember, up next, we've got Granary and Metalworks. Metalworks is not something that Witness want to see, so they really, really want to take this in the next 2 maps. They need some rounds in the next 4 minutes. Once again, here we go to mid. Sil's very fast onto Habib. He might get Jay here too. He's just not able to get it. He does get taken down by the scout. Paddy is throwing his life away on mid, trying to see if he can find anything, and he does kill the scout. He will get taken down for it. Jay is also falling, and now it's a slight advantage for Witness on the mid.
Witness Gaming shoving forwards here. Domo on the chase. Nearly finds a wreck with the last sticky, but doesn't manage to get the rest of the team out. That bomb there coming in from Sil, just dragging the entirety of froyotech off the mid, unable to respond to the aggression that happened on the point. And now Witness Gaming, they're going to make way in towards second. They're not wasting any time here. Habib is starting to layer out the stickies. Heels are actually on the high ground with May and Banny, so they're going to be absolutely fine sitting up there. But Arek has been left on his lonesome, and he do manage to find the pick there on that solo player. The Uber trade is starting to come out here. It looks like one player did get dropped, and that's Jay leaving that Uber charge, and Pappy just jumping away from this Banny scout, but it's looking terrible now for Froyo. They've been surrounded on the shutter door. May is alone in big door, but does manage to slip away, but Habib is isolated in lobby. Gets taken down. Thomas is there. May on last. Can he find the shots? Thomas trying his best, but no. Arek denies that one, but no second cap time just yet, and that's only just started.
Absolutely incredible play from May there. Surviving on second is such a big deal. He was surrounded by 3 players on shutter, surfs into the big door, and gets out. But Froyo have just lost 2 frags in the lobby here. This is giving an opportunity for Witness to just dry this. There's only just 1 off class now as Arik does spawn onto Pyro. Pappy's trying to bomb in, make some space. The rest of his team running in behind, but Mula has taken so much damage. They might want to call a halt to this one. Sil didn't get the memo though. He's all the way in anyway. He does manage to escape with his life. Ixie's the only one to go down, and it looks like we're pretty much in an even Uber scenario. There's 3 minutes left on the clock. They need to find 2 rounds even to bring us to to Golden Cap here.
Yeah, this Arik Pyro has been a pretty big menace in stopping Witness Gaming from making any headway into last or even pushing last by the looks of things. So let's see what they can do with it. But Witness Gaming have a tall order to fill here. 2 minutes remaining and they need something. They take the Uber in. They're going on top of Arik. Can they find anything at all? They're just going to leg it in towards point. Thomas just running across into water, trying to create as much space as he can. Dragon players everywhere, but Jay does go down. They've got one player advantage, and looks like Thomas is keen to get back in there. Ixie doing the same. They've got 2 scouts currently in water. Pappy's going in. Sill's going in. They've coordinated the play pretty well. 2 go down. Arik goes down as well, but Sill and Pappy trading out. 3 down. Habib drops. It's going to be Capside coming down. They're all on top of the point currently. Habib goes down. Looks like Jay's going to fall. It's another round for Witness.
Here we go, baby. 2 minutes. Witness are back in the game. They only need 1 to equalize now. It's absolutely more than doable. And of course, what do you expect in a tense situation like this other than a tactical pause? We don't know who's called it. froyotech could be trying to slow down the momentum, really make sure they close this one out, bite the neck while they are sleeping, or it could be Witness just talking about this last mid. It's going to take them 1 mid, 1 very good mid. If they can wipe Froyo here, we're going to be going to a Golden Cap.
Yeah, it could be interesting here. I don't know who's going to be calling this one. It could literally be either team, but we've got a tactical pause that it says on the screen, and Witness Gaming are looking pretty good now. They're carrying these rounds now. It's looking like they go from a 3-0 now to a 2-3 in this map. They're going to be feeling that momentum and riding it into this next mid-fight.
It's exactly the kind of thing Froyo were doing to them on day 1 and 2. They were never able to get back into a game. Even when they were leading in the game, they weren't able to do anything. But now, it's them scaring Froyo into taking a tactical pause. They need to know how to defeat this momentum from Witness because they want to close this now.
Yeah, they got to try and close this map out. If they can close this out, they're on match point and they're looking pretty solid going forwards. If they can get 2 rounds on the board and make it all the way to Metalworks, then it's basically guaranteed, it feels like. So pretty dangerous stuff, but Witness Gaming here, I feel like they wouldn't call this pause. They want this momentum to continue that they've got. This pause is going to put a spanner in the works of that kind of thing. It's going to make the mentality reset, but anything else you want to see on the mid-fight?
I mean, on the mid-fight, I'd like to see the soldiers do well from Witness. They have been managing to frag Habib almost instantly so far in this game, and it looks like we are ready and unpaused. We're getting into what could be the final mid-fight of Gully Wash. 2 minutes left on the clock. If Witness don't find this round within the 2 minutes, Froyo are going to take this map. It's going to be a very fast bomb once again, like the first mid. Sill and Pappy both landing in big door. They don't find the medic this time.
They've got so many players going down the side of Witness. Need to be careful. They're getting pinched in the trade. Mula goes down. Thomas is so low. Domo goes down as well. But the rest of Froyo, they all survived this mid-fight bump.
Massive from Froyo. It's basically unlosable now. They've got 1 minute 20. That tactical pause, that reset really did wonders. Look how perfect that mid-fight was. May still has full advantage. Mula hasn't even spawned. If they really wanted to, and this is not the Froyo style at all, they could just sit here and win the map right now. But they have such a massive advantage. They are going to be capping up second here. Witness, you can see them already trying to move out onto second, trying to move into an Uber. You'd never see this unless it's desperation. 1 minute left. Witness have to make a miracle happen, and Sill's not going to be the one to do it as he gets taken down straight away. Toe has also lost his life. Ixie is trying to see what he can get done up top, but he's just juggled around. There he goes. The Uber is out from May. He's not even used onto anyone in particular, and they're able to get all the frags here anyway. froyotech are going to be taking your 3rd map. It's 2-1 to the Americans.
It's going to be what an incredible series for froyotech so far. I mean, doing such a good job there, finishing this one out as 4-2, 3-2 though, coming into that last little round. Desperation attempt there from Witness to convert that one. But, you know, froyotech, once again, an insanely close map.
I mean, yeah, it was nearly a close one coming back into that from Witness. Froyo looked so dominant at the start. We just thought they had actually prepared quite a lot that seemed like anti-Witness plays. Like, their way of getting into mid is so nice against this Pappy and Sill double soldier hold close on choke. Their idea is you try and force all the damage onto choke so they have to use, and then you can just jump away. But Froyo were putting Jay down, drop down. He was able to then catch those soldiers as they tried to retreat, while the rest of the Uber can go through the choke. I don't know if that's an actual set play against what Witness were trying to do, or just something very nice from froyotech, but there was a lot of preparation going into Gully, considering it was Bandle tournament.
Yeah, considering it was Bandle tournament, I think froyotech must have got some scrims in here or there, picking up their strategies, but maybe taking some of the things they learned in NA and bringing it to the LAN. And, you know, we have got some replays on the stream, some of the highlights for you guys from that previous map. But Froyo now, they've got to be feeling that confidence after winning out that map and carrying it now to what is potentially match point.
Yeah, I mean, it is match point, of course, and they know that they have, if they do lose this next map of Granary, they've got that Metalworks up their sleeve as the 5th and final map. It's going to be so tricky. It's the uphill climb now for Witness to come back on 2 maps that they're not really that keen on.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough ride for them. They've got Metalworks in the pool, as well as, what was the other one?
Granary.
Granary is the other one. Oh, no, not Granary. No, it's going to be super slow again. Granary, we know, is the 7-point map, so if they're going to that one, I think that Witness will have a shot, but I think that Froyo have been looking pretty solid through the tournament with this map, so going to be interesting to see what they could pull out on Granary.
Yeah, I mean, Granary was ultra close in their previous map. I don't know if it was the actual map that went to Golden Cap previously. I think that's what I remember, is that it was another map where Witness were leading, and then Froyo brought it back, and then in the Golden Cap, they threw it all away. So there's hope for Witness on Granary, but at the end of the day, froyotech did win it out.
All right, welcome back to the sofa. Welcome back to the analyst desk. New map, new me, new gamers. Gamers, hello, welcome in, obviously, Gazy from TF2 Easy, Danny from TF2 Easy, Mac from the crowd. But no, Mac is obviously from Prem fame of many ETF2L season. You know who he is, I know who he is. Gentlemen, welcome to the settee, welcome to the sofa. Been catching the game at all? Catching the game? Watching? Paying attention, have we? Yes?
Absolute domination.
Absolute domination coming out from froyotech.
It looked like Froyo were taking all the fights towards the end, but Witness, they were getting a lot more proactive towards the end, but it just wasn't enough to push Froyo to Golden Cap on one more map. It just didn't work. Like, I feel like Gully Wash was always going to end this way, where Witness were not proactive enough to get the momentum going, to get like their soldiers in position where they could have that huge impact that we're used to seeing from Celentes, we're used to seeing from Pappy. Like, froyotech, they were ready, they had the answers.
Gazy, what would you say they were lacking over on Witness Gaming? What was like the secret sauce to maybe just making this Gully Wash map work?
I think this passive playstyle they keep bringing up to the table, like this passive playstyle. It doesn't work on Gully Wash, man. Like, you can't be passive on last. There's so many ways to break last on Gully, especially on Gully. You can turtle, and Froyo is just way better at that. Like, Froyo is way better at aggressive plays, and I think Froyo almost gifted Witness the map, even though they were completely dominant, because Froyo kept fighting 4v6. They were going greedy. Like 4v6. They had the momentum behind them, and it almost backfired, but then the tactical pause, and they took it home.
Fair play. Mac, from...
Hello, yo.
Welcome in, Mac, welcome in. Now, obviously, the aggression versus the passive is called into question, but once upon a time, there's a little old team. I can't remember what number it was now. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe? Where... they actually had a pretty successful run with this sort of passive play. What's changed since then? Has the game changed? Are they just not good as 7 when they played that passive game back then?
Yeah, I think Gazy kind of got it right. Like on a Snake, the 5-minute round timer, you just sit in your kingdom, time the round out, go back to mid, coin flip, see if you win that one. Worst case, timeout and second again. So I think Gazy's right. On Gully Last, it's way harder to do that. There's water, there's river, there's bulk. It's hard.
Yeah. Obviously, when teams are going to look at these two teams, Froyo are going to be compared to old versions of Froyo, and Witness, the closest comparison you can probably make because of that passive thing is 7 itself. Is like, when you guys look at Witness compared to 7 from the past years, what do you feel like this team is lacking compared to like maybe 7, or maybe what they're excelling compared to that 7 champion?
A wise man once said, the coach on this Witness team is bringing back a style of TF2 that's bad for the game.
Ooh, baby.
I mean, like Froyo is just more proactive. The problem with Witness's playstyle is that they have two things: last holds and actually basically they're banking on the lucky punch.
Oh, so you're saying all they've got is a good last hold in them, and then like some mid-fight here or two.
Yeah, we've seen it on Snake. Like I think it wasn't as dominant as Gully from Froyo, but Snake was still like I think Froyo played better. But what happened is that Froyo kept overextending. They kept taking fights. They had no right winning, and they got away with it. But at some point, it just backfired. Like at some point, Witness actually won the fight that Froyo took, and then they got the map. But if Froyo like take it a bit more chill, I think they'll just take it home.
All right, Mac, cast your mind back to all those ETF 12 finals. Like, you are going to be in these sort of best of five, these long drawn-out best of threes, best of five situations and stuff like that. When something's not working for, like, Witness Gaming, and you feel like the loss is coming along, do you change how you've always played, or do you just, like, keep sticking with it and hoping it, like, works out in the end?
You definitely, like, you go with what you know, but once the map develops and you see what they're up to, you have to adapt to that situation and mold to that. But going into a fresh map, you can't adapt to what they did on Gully on what even is the next map. Sorry,
I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked, Mac. I've actually got the technology here. We could probably bring up the map picks and bans just to remind everybody. But I think I'm pretty sure it's Granary, is it? Granary?
Okay, so Granary?
No. Look at that. It is Granary. Well. So, obviously, we've gone through 3 of the Giga Onslaught so far. Granary has been quite an interesting map to look at, and TF2 Easy had a very, very, I'm going to say, like, impressive Granary going into their match against Witness Gaming. Do you think they would have put those sort of adaptations into their game already, Gazy? Do you think they would have improved since you played them, Gazy, on this Granary map?
I don't think so. I think they're getting a bit in their own heads. Like, they have the 7th guy on their team, and they keep overanalyzing, I think. Like, they watched a lot of demos, but at some point, it's just a bit too much, right? Like, at some point, like, they probably kept thinking about, oh yeah, Eric is doing that and that, and Benny's doing that and that. If that situation happens, we need to do that and that, and it's just too much. Like, I don't think, like, we play a tad bit different to Froyo, and I don't think they could like improve their gameplay over that.
Fair play. Danny, if you were in the locker room of Froyo or Witness, I'm going to let you choose which team where you're going to say, what would you say to them? You know, for starters, which coach do you want to be? Do you want to be on side Froyo? Do you want to be side Witness?
I feel like I'm going to get stabbed if I say Froyo. So I'm going to say that I hope Witness pull through. I hope they can prove everyone wrong and activate their plays a lot more, adapt to Froyo's play style, pull through in the end. But the way that it's looking right now, froyotech, they're putting the pressure on them. They have to figure out, they have to adapt to them, because this is Banny's specialty. This is exactly what he does. He figures out play styles. He has decades of experience to fall back on. He's seen every version of this game, how it's been played by every
I love to hear it. I love to hear it, Danny. I'd love to hear it more, but I don't want to hear it because we need to go over to our casters because the game's ready. No times are wasted. Boys, where are we right now?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are moving on to our 4th map, which is going to be Granary. How are you feeling, Bob, about this map?
I'm feeling sorry for Danny. Poor guy just wanted to have a chat, and Turbo's an absolute savage.
Yeah, how dare he just cut Danny off like that? Doesn't he know he's Prem? God.
Yeah, I mean, I think the game is more important. We better get back to this. It is the 4th map, of course. It's do or die time for Witness. Froyo have this 2-1 advantage, and they have 2 chances to close it out, both here on Granary, which they've already defeated Witness on once before, and next map up on Metalworks, if we do make it there, which is Witness's permaban. So I think it's going to be a froyotech favorite in the next 2 maps, but it was so close yesterday on Granary. Hopefully we can see something out of Witness to take us the full way.
It looks like we have actually got both teams readied up in the server, so we're going to get this game underway. for map number 4 of this best of 5 grand finals between Witness Gaming and froyotech at I69 as we're making our way into mid with Habib. He's going to be going up onto the high ground, go through Catwalk, and Domo is going to be doing a mirror on this one, but Habib eating an early sticky. He's going to be stuck on that high ground for the time being, getting scattergun a little bit, eating a bunch of damage. Nice arrow there from May as they're going to start to spread out across this mid fight. And we're just going to see what these soldiers can do here if they can get any high ones. Pappy going in for the first one himself, still bombing in, does find a bunch of damage onto the scout, but in fact goes down. Eric finds out, but Banny going down. Pappy also falling, but froyotech have been shoved into this corner. I mean, he has so much damage, and Paddy only just escaped with his life.
Yeah, that's just a massive amount of damage, but no frags. Froyo will be bowing people up and wanting to get straight back in. This point takes so long to cap. They have only just got it now as Jay is making space, lands straight onto Domo. Domo's popped up in the air. Paddy, in the meantime, has found Mulo as well. This is going so perfectly for froyotech so far. They are going to at least chase down these low health soldiers. Sil sees what he can do, and he does put some damage into Habib, and Jay is going down as well. In the meantime, throughout all of this, Ixie has actually gone all the way behind. He's on the cap. If he can 1v1 Banny here, this could be huge. This could be a round already, but no. Banny wins it out with the help of Habib coming back to help him. But this delay is pretty massive, although May does maintain the Uber advantage.
It causes such a delay. Habib is setting up a sticky trap on Garage, while the rest of the team are going to catch all of their respawners, have to come into mid, and we do describe Granary as this 7-point map. They do have to get all the way through yard. They've got to make it through mid as well, and then they have to get into the enemy yard before they can get on second. May does have that Uber charge available, and Mula is up to 50% so far, so we're seeing where Froy want to come in. Looks like it's going to be Garage as Banny's just wandering all the way through, but May hasn't had to use just yet, but does eat a ton of spam, and is now in a bit of a precarious position.
Yep, Happy bombing forwards. Just see if he can do that last little bit of spam. May is backed up so far, 49 health. Can't really put the heals into anyone, so no one's making any space here on mid. Witness are actually just going to be able to keep control of it. They were so desperate to not use the Uber there. Banny also dies to a trap from Domo, but yeah, they were so desperate to not use the Uber there that they were just baiting and waiting and waiting, and Witness got all the spam in. May could never move in, and now Witness maintain control of mid, and they get their own Uber.
Very, very, very safe play there, but the Uber trade is going to be coming in. Looks like players getting flashed all over the place. Soldier going sky high, nearly eats that rocket, but Pappy looks like he's going to get claimed here. Arrow cleans up that frag, and now it's going to be a one-man advantage to the side of froyotech, going to be able to send a sack of their own if they would like, but that's not really the froyotech way of doing things. They just prefer to push rather than doing anything else.
Yeah, it's not really the best map to just send a single sack in to all these scouts up on the double crates. It's more something that you want to try and push with your team, but they opt to not do that off of just one single player advantage. So they are going to let this one reset, see if Witness actually have anything proactive they can do into the second point.
Let's see what they can do here. Salenta's making his way over to the right-hand side, just going to be blocking off that doorway. Mula currently building a Zuba. May has managed to build so well that he has a decent advantage here. But probably not really going to know about this one or really act on it. Both teams getting buffed up, and it looks like we are going to see the double soldier kind of bomb through that right-hand side door. Sticky's all over the place, though. Habib has read this pretty well.
Yep, so walking forwards now, makes the space, gonna go up off the high edge here, does go sky high, but just has to try and back out. Didn't really get the forwards momentum that he needed to turn that into a sack, and Habib has already sticked the exit, so a nice pickup for Froyo.
Yeah, the stickies from Habib were absolutely huge. Now they're going to be able to move forwards here on the side of froyotech. Jay's going in with a super high bomb, flying all the way in nice and deep, getting that space for his team. And now we're going to see Paddy in behind the Met, does land the first rocket off, but can't quite find anything else. Players running across the point, Domo going down, Pappy also going down. The Ubers are going to get traded here, but on the other side, Habib and Paddy also going down. They lose Salentes, and now it's looking kind of terrible for Witness. They've been abandoned by the rest of their team, being only Ixie, really, but Mula has got the beam attached to him, but it looks like Ixie, once again, going for this back cap play.
Yeah, and it's dragging everyone back. They will easily deal with him, but it's just the time that really matters. Like, all these spawns are going to be back up on mid now. The heals are also back on mid. Everything is just reset, and Witness are right where they started. Froyo absolutely own them in that fight on mid every time, but it doesn't matter if Ixie can just sneak through and undo all of that progress.
Ixie is super smart in these plays. He's just making everything happen by the looks of things, so holding off the entirety of froyotech. May once again with a minor advantage here, but they do have to try and get through yard and then get into mid, and Witness Game is just holding this so tight, but Ixie and Salentes have managed to slip through the flank. Froyo not really holding on to this whatsoever.
Yeah, Sil's all the way in behind now, taking a little 1v1 with Paddy. There's actually backup in the form of Banny chasing him all the way back here into Lunchbox. He is going to go down, but everyone has turned around for this. Witness have basically been given Yard for free, but Froyo do not even care. They're straight back out into Yard. They're picking up the frags. They've maintained all of this space now, and they even have 2 frags to run it forwards with. Arik and Banny already getting in through Garage. They are making the space out on towards mid. There's a huge bomb sky high from Jay. Mula is going to pop off the Uber. Jay has gone in behind. The trade is out now in Garage. Toe is trying to do this back cap that Ixie has done so many times, but Banny is on the hunt.
Just like Witness Game, we have managed to get that medic out of the fray though. Tomas just ran all the way through the entire team, but it looks like Banny hitting the taunt onto Tomas. A little bit of BM there. And the mid capture is going to come through from Witness Gaming, froyotech there with 7 seconds remaining on the clock there to reset that clock.
I love that. I love a bit of a taunt coming out from Banny. I don't know whether Toe is the kind of player that will take that to heart and start playing worse, but it's absolutely worth a try. You may as well, when you're completely safe, just throw out a little taunt, make someone a bit mad.
Yeah, nice stuff, nice stuff. But now we've got just a stalemate in towards Yard. It's up to froyotech to try and make something happen here and decide what they want to kind of do here. And they're just going to get some buffs and see and poke the hold of Witness Gaming to see where the holes are and then just make a decision on what they want to do.
Yeah, this is the first time we're really seeing Froyo in an even situation, trying to bust into Witness's Yard. We'll see where the angle is. Banny and Habib already kind of clearing out Choke, just probing over here to see if there's anything that can be done. Does look like that's where the action will happen as Paddy tries to jump through, completely mimicking what we saw Sil do earlier, but he's successful this time, lands in behind. Arik has just run forwards. In the meantime, Mula's so focused on surviving this soldier bomb, he's dropping everyone ahead of him. The Domo has gone down. Sil is back towards mid as well on the flank, just seeing if he can get anything. But in the meantime, Witness have been forced out on second. Sil's between a rock and a hard place of Banny and Paddy, and this is looking so nice for Froyo.
Yeah, really good job there from Sil just to slow him down as much as he could there. Realised the situation was pretty dire, but Ubers are currently even Tomas up on that sniper, so got to be careful around peeking this point now. But Pappy on the high ground, looks like froyotech, they don't care, they want to run this all the way in. Body shot to Habib, Paddy and Arik also dropping simultaneously. 3 die immediately from Froyo.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting one. Just 3 taken down instantly. But look at what Froyo are going to do here. They are not going to give up second for free. They're Ubering in behind. This is unexpected. Everyone was just completely left second. They were expecting that to go so smoothly. They were not ready for that Uber from behind, but they do manage to pick up May off the end of it. But on the last point,
so close. They do manage to defend it in the end, but looks like all of Witness Gaming are going to go down here. It's a wipe. It's going to be a round anyway, unless Silentes has something to say about it. They're both weak enough for him to make the play happen. Stickies are on the show. He's trying to choose to go through, but it's 4 times on the cap. First round goes to froyotech.
Such a nice heads-up play from Froyo. That is the kind of thing that main calling since literally the dawn of the game with Banny gets you. He knows exactly what to do in that situation. They lose 3. They don't even care. They wrap with that Uber. All of Witness have already thought it's over. They're pushing in towards Yard. No one was ready for that on the point, and they just get rolled from it. Very nice first round from Froyo.
Looks like we're heading now into a pause, but I'm unsure if it was technical or if it's a tactical pause. So gonna see what they can do about fixing the issues that they're having. But froyotech, I mean, that wasn't convincing in really any form of sense, but a really, really nice call there from Banny to make that play happen with that trade.
Yeah, I think it might be a tactical pause, considering it happened right at the end of the round, but there's no real way of us knowing, and we are actually unpaused immediately anyway, so it was just a little chat, it seems, at the start of that round. Now, Witness needs to get back into this game. They're trailing 1-0, and they're trailing in maps as well.
Yeah, they need to get something going on this map. Nice damage into Habib, though, very early on at the start of this mid-fight, landing some good damage and forcing him to back off of this crate now. And also the bomb comes into the corner, into the med, and they do manage to find May at the start of this one. Banny killing off Silentes, though, in the meantime. And then also Jay getting taken down. Ixie just destroying him. Nice rocket from Paddy to take him down. But in the meantime, Habib falling as well. It's going to be Tomas and Pappy with Mula versus Banny and Arik. And Banny and Arik have a tall order to fill here if they're going to make anything happen, so they're just going to retreat.
Yeah, looks like they called a risk-free move. They're just going to get back to last, get this last hold set up. They know that Mula has a colossal ad. Very, very well done from Sil just to destroy May. Didn't even get out of the choke on that mid. Sil taken down with 2 rockets. And Mula, this is, you know, historically a very difficult mid for med survivability, but Mula made so much distance as soon as May went down there, knew exactly what to do, and the rest of Witness cluster up around him as all of Froyo fed into it, and now the 100% advantage is maintained. They are looking to be walking through Lunchbox here, maybe going to catch them with this Uber. They could go fast and kill all these players who are up top from Froyo.
Looks like they are just trying to poke and prod here, but Jay is looking for some angles of his own, and to be slinging off a few shots out of his squad, but Arrow going down in the second point is going to open things up here for the side of Witness Gaming. They do lose Tomas, but it looks like they are going to be making their way in through this left-hand side shirt. They pop out the supercharge, but no jump is currently there, and no gun available currently as well.
95 for May,
but May is going to get it. He gets it in the end. Domo cannot jump away. Ixie is going to find Paddy, but they're not able to get anything at all on the side of Witness Gaming.
Yeah, they just waited that little bit too long. May had the Uber up. They weren't making any headway in terms of frags or point capture because Habib had those sticks up. And now they're just walking this forward through. They're finding all the frags one by one. Sil has a bit of a saving grace on the flank. But look how deep Banny is. He's finding Domo on the respawn. He could just get this frag here. And there we go. Demo man down. That's a very big advantage moving forwards into mid. Sil has also been caught in the back by Paddy. Paddy has the damage advantage on him already, but Sil has the pack. Everyone knows he's there. Sil trying to take this 1v1 now, but Banny's there to help out. Everyone is falling for Witness.
Mula has only just managed to get to 70% Uber charges, roughly even, but Habib getting through the doorway gets munched by Ixie, and also they find another. Paddy goes down, but Banny running across that high ground just destroys Ixie, sends him flying away from there, and looks like Witness Gaming, they did not want to give up an inch of ground. They're coming in for this trade across the point. They pop out super early, but May is nowhere to be seen, as currently he doesn't even have Uber, so there's no point in even being there. The bomb comes in from Jay as well, just to start forcing them away. Tomas left high and dry by the rest of his team, and is shot against the wall, and now it's going to be Pappy bombing out of here just to see if he can even escape this, and he can't. Banny finds another kill, currently on a 7k there.
It's a very difficult mid-take for Witness to try and call, only to go on Tomas. He had to try and walk at that medic, and there's 4 players between him and the med. They really needed Domo in that Uber to jump over on top and get the damage in. It was a very small ad. They had to go very quickly, and they just don't manage it. Banny has now cleared his way onto second. They have this for free, and they've actually found a Sil frag as well. Jay has traded out from Ixie's scattergun, so things are going to slow down. Pappy already getting the battalions up. Ixie's spawning on the fat man as well.
Yeah, Ixie's going to just sit on that heavy and wait for the first wave of whatever froyotech decides to do is. But it could even be the Jay sniper just off the bat here. He's respawning on the soldier, but it isn't in the end. He's just going to stick to his cookie cutter. So, oh, I lied. Never mind. He's going to see what he can do here. But Ixie is going to swap now onto that engineer, start building up that gun.
Yep, the sentry gun is going to be going up. Looks like he's putting it very close to a point so it can cover everything. Maybe kind of drawing some inspiration from the Snakewater hold.
Let's see what they can do here. Put that sentry gun kind of in the middle, but it's a lot less defensible on Granary. I think it's so easy to spam it from multiple doorways, but putting it in this position does mean that you're able to hold really, really close to the doorway. You can just get your medic on that high ground, but we are seeing another pause for this.
Yeah, it's definitely not as strong of a sentry as the Snakewater one. You've got so much space to take through both of these shutters that you can just make space, get a wide angle and spam that sentry gun down. But I'm sure there's a reason they've got this sentry up. They've definitely thought through their last holds on every map, considering their last hold into mid-fight win is basically the strategy.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good at denying any bombers that you put in. If you put a dispenser close against that wall, then it's going to mean you can just sit your medic inside that dispenser, get that dispenser armor, but that sentry gun is just going to be knocking away any bombs that sort of come in from that right-hand side, just throwing them into the skybox and just denying everything that they can here. And they've also got Tomas on the right-hand side on the sniper, so defending both sides at the same time, but Pipe is the only thing that's free.
I think battalions from Pappy is also a very, very useful thing to have on Granary compared to any other map. I mean, it's obviously always useful to have, but in these tight places of Granary, every single player on your team is going to be getting that buff at the same time. You're all moving through basically the same choke. Even though there's different doors, you funnel into the same place eventually. So it's also very, very easy to build. You can get up top on this pipe and basically farm damage off the soldiers very easily. Looks like we have an unpause, but there's some kind of agreement going on here. No one's shooting each other. There might have been a disconnect. Yes, it's Mula.
Oh, here we go, gentleman's agreement. This is exactly what we see in the grand finals, guys. Sportsmanship alike from both sides, and Mula's going to get his Uber charge and some damage for the logs.
Yeah, round of applause for that sportsmanship. Thank you very much, everybody. So, Mula back in the game. We're back where we ended up. 100% for both medics. The Uven Uber situation is at play. That sentry has got up to level 3 now. Pappy has started building the very first bit of his battalions.
See what he can do here, building up these battalions. They do enjoy this on the defense, and I believe Witness did describe banners as OP when they were talking about them previously, but battalion is definitely the one that is favored by a lot of these teams.
Yeah, I mean, you get your soldier a decent chunk more health, and everyone is taking a hell of a lot less damage, especially with, oh, actually, it just looks like Habib wants to go here with something. They have Jay around the corner. Habib is putting stickies underneath him as well, so they can't bomb onto the sniper himself. Jay now taking another angle, and it's an easy headshot onto Sil, who just drops down in front of him and offers up his head. Toe, though, with the counter snipe onto Habib, arguably the much more impactful pick. Could be an important one for Witness, but looks like they are still going to take this slow. They need to wait for Sil to spawn.
Yeah, it's not going to open much up, even though they find that Habib frag. Silentes is currently in the respawn queue, and you do want 2 soldiers on top to be able to push out and just clear all of the angles. But Sil on that respawner has decided that he's also going to get a banner, so he's going to be moving up onto that high ground, going to be spamming it out. And Pappy's already built up to 50%, so they're building these layers of defense on this last point. The sentry, the 2 banners, and the Uber.
Yeah, and like not even only layers of defense, but this is definitely a map where you can take the banners aggressively if you want to, just because of how clustered up you will end up in second, and there's just so much damage being put out both ways in that second hold, and you are going to be taking just a significant amount less with the 2 banners up.
Yeah, now also we've got Mula just hopping around on that low ground, but Froyo, they don't look too keen to really do anything here. Jay is just going to be sitting in that shirt, just waiting for some time. But the soldier going in, Paddy going in as well, Arik goes in, and they just feed their lives away. They lose 3 here. A very suspicious play coming out from Froyo there. Unsure of what they were trying to achieve there.
I mean, the double sack makes sense, and then I guess Jay didn't want to be on sniper. Maybe doing those 2 things separately at different times might be a bit better than just feeding 3. Jay kind of YOLO ran into the sentry gun and just lost his life to it, but Witness are desperate to just not even do anything off of that 3-man ad they just were given. Froyo were basically set up for the same play. If Witness had made the same mistake, Froyo could have come in from Lunchbox, taken a trade again, and who knows, maybe Witness would have failed in the ensuing chaos, but they are desperate to run this round down. I suppose it makes sense with only 1 minute left on the clock. They want to be able to get to mid for free.
Yeah, Witness Gaming here are looking like they just want to round reset. 50 seconds remaining. Bomb comes in on that right-hand side.
Oh, Jay has an angle.
Paddy gets here, but Jay
He still has an angle.
He doesn't land it. They lose 3 on the side of froyotech, but Witness Gaming do not move a muscle.
Yeah, Witness, there's no reason for them to go now, even though it's even Ubers with the 3-man advantage. Like, the chaos that has happened to them before could happen again. At the best case scenario, they're getting a point or 2 from a perfect play here, whereas they know that they can reset the round to mid, and then if they win that mid fight, they're getting, 4 points from where they are now. And they are just waiting down this clock with 15 seconds. It looks like Habib is going to go for one last send. He's sent sky high, does get the sentry gun down very quickly, but the Uber is only just now coming out from Witness Gaming. They've managed to get the Uber moving forwards. Everyone is flooding out into second from Froyo, and there we go, the stalemate and the round reset finally comes in.
Yet another stalemate in this grand finals, Belma, between these 2 teams. They do not want to give an inch. Witness Gaming showing all of their cards in this game so far. And we're going to see what they can do moving forwards. Domo's going to get that rollout going towards another mid-fight. It's only 1-0, so still all to play for with 13 minutes remaining on this clock. And Domo's getting some good pace. Habib decides to go through that lower door this time around. And they're just going to pick up that pack there. And Domo's going to do the same, just slinging those stickies across as we see the teams make their way into mid. It's going to be Jay on the high bomb. You've got Pappy and Sil doing the same, landing where they can. Firex going absolutely everywhere. Mula and Domo going down. Also, May falling. Habib has 6 health right now. He does manage to get that small pack on top of the crate, though, and he manages to get all the way back. But Witness Gaming, they just wipe at the end of that.
Yeah, they just don't have the manpower at the very end. It takes May, it takes the soldiers of Witness so long to kill May. He's doing an excellent job of dodging and diving and curving around these crates, that the time it takes for them to be able to kill him, even though they do kill him at the end, Froyo is having a hell of a lot more time with the man advantage in the team fight.
Yeah, looks like now Witness Gaming are going to be moving their way in towards second just to see if they can get some spam down prior to this push that might come out. But Ixie once again forced to play this engineer in this grand final. I feel like this man needs a break.
This man was recruited to play engineer. It says so on his contract. It says sometimes you can off-class to scout, but very rarely.
He gets paid a little bit extra in his contract, you know, just with a Witness Gaming sign-up that he has to play engineer every now and again. But once again, Witness Gaming going to be setting up here for pretty much a mirror of what we had before. Since both medics went down, we do not see any advantages for froyotech. But what I'm more surprised at, actually, is that no one wants to risk anything. There are no off-classes, there isn't a Kritzkrieg in play, there isn't a banner in play from froyotech. They're just going with standard cookie cutter.
Yeah, well, I suppose froyotech have kind of rolled this from mid. It's hard for them to really choose any of that when your players aren't respawning, whereas on the other hand, these guys are right next to their last. It's easy for them to go inside, put that battalions on, pull it out of the fridge, you know. But Froyo, there's no reason for them to go crits. They've done this exact thing in the last round, and they were able to convert it. They just know that it's going to take some time. They are now sending a super sky-high bomb. Jay is just cratering to his death, though. Paddy unable to find anything either. And Arik could be caught in here. He might go down as well, and that would be 3-man sack. Will Witness do anything off of it this time?
It looks like they have plenty of time on the clock to actually make something happen. They're going to start moving in. Pappy's decided that he wants to start moving in towards second, but the rest of the team have said absolutely not. They are more than happy to just wait on this last by the looks of things here, Bum. 3 minutes 20 is a long time to be sitting around. A headshot does ring out from Tomas, but doesn't manage to find any frags.
Yeah, it gets riskier and riskier the lower the map time gets to keep trying these resets. If you really just want to not go for anything at all, it's going to be 7 minutes left on the map by the time you get your next opportunity to even play the game. So with froyotech leading 1-0, it's very, very, very risky strategy, but it's what Witness have been so used to recently. They don't want to change their game plan in the grand finals just because, you know, there's some pressure on them.
Yeah, they want to just continue doing the same thing time and time again, but I think ringing out of the headshot is Tomas. He just keeps finding these shots onto the side of froyotech from really just strange and good angles, but now it's going to be froyotech just deciding what they want to do. They are still sitting in Lunchbox, taking their time, finding the holes, but this level 3 gun is just thwarting all the efforts.
I mean, Froyo have tasted the forbidden fruit here. They've got a battalion's backup of their own. They've reached into the Witness playbook. If you can't beat them, join them, even though they can also beat them. They are bringing out the battalions. Paddy is going to be trying to build that one up. Pappy already has his and still has a lot more progress on it as well. So it's going to be tricky. Paddy does get sniped as well by Tomas. So that is actually sending the banner to the respawn queue.
Yeah, it's not actually going to do too much here since all they want to do is sit on last. All it's going to do is slow froyotech down by another 30 seconds at least. Just slowly grinding down this clock. But Witness Gaming, if they send it to a round reset, then they can't really get another one. It's going to be at least, well, 9 minutes remaining, and then they've got to try and get a few more caps going. So it's going to take their time with this one to get a comeback going for that one round that they need.
Yeah, considering that they're not even going off of 3-man sacks from Froyo, I don't think if this sniper finds anything, it means anything at all other than a respawn timer for Froyo to run down the clock a little bit. Looks like they're trying to do something through this shutter door. There's a bomb through from Jay just to make space. Paddy also jumping forwards. They double spam the sentry gun down. Now they have a lot of this right side to work with, but Paddy is just getting farmed by spam. Jay is bombing in, but it's an easy surf from Mulo. Oh, he catches a bit of spam. That could have been dangerous, but once again, the 3-man sack has been thrown out by Froyo. There's 1 minute left on the clock, and we haven't seen them move in a much more comfortable position than this. So Witness are obviously going to keep this clock ticking down.
Do you reckon this 5-minute round timer has anything to do with this strategy at all? Because
I mean,
damn near looks it.
Yeah, maybe if there's a 10-minute round timer, they'd feel like they had to push out of last. They'd get a lot less opportunities to reset to mid. You only get maximum of 3 per game, which is also unlikely considering there's actual gameplay in the middle there too, whereas you can very comfortably do it time and time again with 5 minutes as the Uber does come in. They do get the sentry gun down this time. Witness have only just used so much later. Jay on the spawn door is trying to poke Tomas in here, but he is just going to get found and taken down. There's 15 seconds left. Looks like we're going to yet another mid.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be another round reset at this rate, but Froyo, they have pretty much one last attempt to just rush out of here, but I think they're more than happy to just sit on second, let the round reset happen. And we are going to another mid-fight, ladies and gentlemen. This is officially the slowest grand final we've ever seen.
Yeah, and, you know, I'm starting to think about what Gazy was saying. These guys are really relying on the round resets to get into good mid-fights. But their mid-fights just aren't consistently good enough against Froyo. It is like they're waiting for that one lucky miracle to even be able to get around, and we need to see it soon enough. There could be 7 minutes before froyotech are crowned world champions.
Yeah, Habib moving into that low ground does pick up that pack pretty swiftly, and Domo is going to manage to get a small pack of his own and drop down, get some heals. Jay is in super high once again, landing on top of that battle material. Neither of the scouts have seen him. Ixie gets taken down, but May also going down the backlines. Tomas falling, Mula going down. Domo, Celentes, and Pappy all looking like they're going to fall here. Pappy, the last man standing for the side of Winners Gaming.
Yeah, Pappy will get cleaned up as well right at the end, and that's the complete wipe. Froyo don't have May alive to roll it forwards as 100% ad conversion, and it looks like this might be a small pause. No, they've immediately got the game going again. They are in such a good position now. Froyo pinning Witness on their last yet again. It's going to be so difficult to reset the round now. Even if they reset it, they have to win the next round in 1 minute. Witness have to push off their own last, and it's something they haven't been practicing because they're just so used to the resets.
Yeah, it seems like now that they've got a situation that they're stuck in, where they've got Ixie back on Engineer. This poor boy has done nothing but play small Texan man the entire game, and is now forced to build a sentry gun against his will by Pappy in that spawn door. So he's just going to be doing that right now. We've got Tomas deciding he's going to be on scout this time around instead of the sniper, but he's just going to be doing that to build up the supercharge. May has managed to build up pretty well as well, and we've got that battalion's back up again on Pappy. So an actual repeat of what we had 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, this is like so dangerous though. Pappy needs to do something with this battalions this time. You can see he's taking a lot deeper positions into lobby, just getting this spam rockets off, because he absolutely needs 100% on this battalions. Then we'll probably see the trade, we'll probably see the banner repush, and we have to hope that no one on Froyo sneaks behind during that, or, you know, if they wipe somehow, even with the damage disadvantage that the banner is going to bring, they might just do it. Froyo have been having incredible team fights so far this LAN.
Tomas has decided, you know what? I'm going Huntsman, and he's just going to be slinging some arrows into second on that left-hand side of shutter door, just seeing what he can find here. But Celenta's going in here and doesn't manage to find anything. Now Rekus just going to pick up that kill. But that one-man advantage now could open something up for froyotech if they want to try and get another round on the board.
Yeah, I don't really like the Huntsman. That's definitely giving tilt vibes on the side of Witness Gaming. Like, that isn't really a serious strategy. It's like copium I wasn't trying anyway.
Tomas has now decided that actually he doesn't want to use Huntsman. He actually wants to try and win the game, and whips out that sniper rifle that can actually deal those crucial headshots more efficiently than the Huntsman can.
Yep, well, there is 4 minutes left on the game now, and it is really crunch time. We are 4 minutes away from crowning froyotech as world champions. Witness have to get back into this game. They have to get back into this round, and then they have to get back into the series. They still have Metalworks to play if they do take this, and they are just getting into second now. They're taking the trade. Maze is much better, and the banner has come out after the fact, as we suspected. Arik is trying to get a frag in Z, but Banny is the first one to go down. Tomas will be the one to find that kill, and they do find Jay as well. Witness, they need to start rolling this one forward. They're already taking space into yard. They could catch people here. Paddy will be able to escape with his life. Witness needs to keep the momentum going. 3 minutes left. They're running this one forwards into mid. There's still 2 down. It's absolutely doable to get into mid here.
They're just rolling all the way through. They want to try and bust through Garage. Celentes and Pappy trying their best to get through, but they're getting owned in this doorway by Habib, who just shuts them down. Domo going down here is big news for froyotech. No demo man available for the side of Witness Game is going to open up a few of these doorways, but it's like froyotech, they're more than happy to just sit around and take a leaf out of the Witness Gaming playbook.
Well, yeah, they're just sitting around waiting for that Domo spawn. The Ubers are going to be even now. Domo will be rolling out to the fight. We need to see something happen almost immediately from Witness, but Pappy doesn't have that battalions built up yet. That's really what they're kind of relying on to get any advantage out of just a straight-up trade. It's very difficult to throw yourself in with a trade. You have to use first and then somehow get an advantage out of that.
Yeah, May looks like he's got the positioning for this one. He's actually posted up on that high ground in the mid currently.
He's actually switched off the backup. He went all the way back to spawn to do that. So maybe they have some kind of setup play here to try and get back into the game. He wants to speed things up instead of relying on waiting for that banner, which he might have not built in time. Yeah, oh, Toe dies to the trap from Habib. All of this delay means so much. for this 2 minutes before we're crowning Froyo as champions. Toe is only going to be here in 9 more seconds.
Yeah, looks like now these crucial seconds getting pulled off of this clock, and Pappy back onto the gumbos to try and make some jumps happen to try and get back into this game. And it's only 1 round that they need, Bum. It's not a massive order, but they're just taking so long to come through these choke points, and just taking their time with this map has actually cost them more in the end this game.
Yeah, they need to find something now. It's difficult to get even Ubers out of the situation, and then to convert from mid to last on Granary without making mistakes that would allow froyotech to come back into the game. Pappy has cleared the blue crates. He's managing to get his team some space into the fight. froyotech have to take a more passive position. Sil is rolling forwards as well. Jay is going to be bombing him down on the low ground. There's no casualties yet. Paddy will be the first. The Uber is out of Froyo. Mullers is a little bit better. Will Thomas be able to chase and make them split it? They'll drop Habib from the Uber once again. It's been happening a lot tonight, but Froyo are going on the back cap. May will get taken down here. Banny is trying to cap up second. In the meantime, Arik has got the frag on mid. Both teams are in a cluster right now, both scattered across the map. Banny needs to be taken care of because this second is so easy to back cap. Pappy is on the case as they do start the cap onto mid. Jay is bombing onto mid. He's blocking it. There's 50 seconds. I just don't know if Witness can do it in time, Lucky.
Looks like Muller goes down. Paddy finds the air shot onto him there on the midpoint, unable to get anything done. But now we're just in this scrappy DM fight, and everyone's just trying their best to just get onto this midpoint. They need to get this capture through. 30 seconds remaining, Bum, and it's looking rather dire. Bombs coming in now as the rest of Witness Gaming come flooding into mid, trying to find what they can. Jay, to a sliver of health, does get the pack, jumps away even more. He's buying so much time for his team. They all catch their respawners. Ixie is thrown to the wind, and froyotech will retain this point. I think we have now just crowned our new champions.
Yeah, Domo coming in for the 1v6, but that's just not going to cut it. froyotech, the best team in the world, the best team ever. They take their 4th Insomnia Championship and their 7th international title overall. These guys are unbeatable.
Absolutely deserved for froyotech. One incredible series from them. Look at them up on the stage, absolutely loving it. Excellent performance across this land, Bum. They've got to be really feeling out there.
I mean, they have just secured themselves as the best name in TF2 history, as if they weren't already. It's another little speck in their mountainous pile of achievements in TF2. These guys are the GOATs.
Absolute GOATs indeed. Amazing performance. And Witness Game, you got to feel sorry for them. The EU champ, the EU hosts, the EU champs of ETF2L. Can we get a round of applause, please, for Witness Gaming?
And I mean, if we're going to give a bit of applause to Witness.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We have finally made it through our grand final. We have our grand winners here. It's froyotech! Well done boys, but before we go anywhere, we of course should give a little quick round of applause. It would not be a great grand final if we did not see a worthy opponent, that is Witness Gaming. A quick round of applause for Witness Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. All right boys, come up, get your giant check. Yes, it's the favorite part that we all dream of. Giant check. Let's go for the giant check. Oh, Banny, there's going to be no winners interview. I'm literally going to give you your big fat cash money, dollar. Everybody line up, get for a nice photo. Oh, lovely. Okay, give it up one more time for froyotech, your I69 champions. All right, well, that has been everything here from us at Essentials.tf, from everybody here at the Insomnia Gaming LAN at I69. Thank you very much for all coming, and thank you everybody from the Insomnia team, everybody at Essentials.tf, and especially for Marketplace for sponsoring the event as well. And boys and girls, we did it, we've made it to the end. Let's finally celebrate with our famous, world famous outro video. Otherwise, I'll see you at the bar. going!
Ow, Selectus is dead. Froyotech are hitting so much damage onto Pappy.
Feeling the burn. They're actually getting so much damage into them. They can't quite finish this Domo kill. He's being healed up. Oh my god! He actually taunts. What kind of chance?
Oh, Sam didn't expect that, did
What is this dark technology I'm seeing? Look at how high up he is. He's charging up the rockets, and he hits none of them.
Sudden for froyotech, a big dropped everyone! Melee! He goes down, it's a fight! They do just pop up here with J-Bomb against super high, super deep. Does manage to get all the way through. Onto Loa, in behind, onto Mula, and he fights the kill. Bombs in high, coming down onto Arek.